I know
Mashed.
I'm not by my gaming setup, but I could here. I'll show you. You guys like are you guys like into headbands and shit? Like
Oh, of course, bro.
yeah.
Dude,
All right,
this
let me show
headband's
you this.
like older than most people who would even listen to the show. No joke.
Well, how old is that headband
This is like
exactly?
this was like one of the first like HK, like when HK was first a thing, doing printers out of the truck.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Yeah,
Okay, for
so
sure.
at least like 2000, like 11.
Okay, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, so I've had this one here. I'll show you. Yeah, that's an old ass band, bro. Mine's beat the shit though.
I
This is
definitely have something like that.
my GB. I don't know if you guys can see this here. Hold on.
If you want to hold it sideways, that like the garage door style. If you want to hold the phone garage door style, we can get a
Oh yeah,
bigger
for
zoom in
sure.
on that. Oh,
Oh,
dude,
Yeah.
you know, I have a headband that is very, very similar to that, where it's like almost to where I'm
Yeah,
like,
this
do I
one's
keep wearing it? Because it's like, one of my OG bands. It's just a very
for
prized
sure. Yeah,
possession.
this is on its last. It's on its last.
that's sick though.
At what point are you gonna
Yeah,
be
these
like, I need to put that on the wall?
shit. Probably right now, bro. It's like on its last. It's on its last hump, dude, for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, I started recording anyway because dude, fuck it. Welcome back,
Yeah,
everybody.
cool.
We got a very special guest. We got Phil Schroeder. I want to make sure I'm not mispronouncing that. It's not like Nate Schrader, Schmoder, Motor.
No, yeah, no. It's actually Schroeder, but yeah, I just got the nickname Shredder like back in the day, and that just kind of stuck
And dude,
with me and whatnot.
as a
So
fan of
yeah,
the Ninja Turtles, that shit's fire, bro. Shit's fucking
yeah, it is
fire.
pretty fire. It's pretty fire. It's kind of crazy how like it does sound similar to my last name, so it's like pretty. It's a pretty good nickname in my opinion,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
good way to brand myself when I was playing paintball for sure.
Especially when you're fucking literally shredded, bro. It kind of goes with the whole aesthetic.
Easy
Yeah,
nickname.
that's another thing, but yeah, no, I mean the athletic shit, yeah, that's always been part of my life. So, yeah, it just kind of worked out well, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about that. Like, are you like a kinesiology major? Or are you like, how'd you get into that?
Um, well, with trading, I went to COD. So COD is like a community college, and after high school, like, well, realistically, I'll kind of start. I could start from like the how I got into like working out and stuff in general. So I always played sports my whole life, and then when I got into freshman year of high school, this is actually when I actually started playing paintball as well. But when I became a freshman in high school, I started playing football and running track, and that's when I got into paintball as well. So I was pretty much playing football and like 6 days a week, and then on Sundays I'd play paintball. And yeah, ever since I started playing football, though, I started training and working out, and like I was 130 pounds freshman year. And then by the time I was like a senior, I was like 185 pounds and just stacked. So, um, yeah, it just became a part of my life, dude. Like the training stuff and working out just became like part of the grind, part of the daily thing. And with football, you're in the weight room like twice a day, and then you got practice. So, and my high school also had like weightlifting classes, so you could literally pick weightlifting as one of your class periods. So I just started training. I wanted to get bigger and stronger. I was a little kid. All these other kids that were playing football from the years prior were already like jacked. Like we had kids that were like stacked up in freshman year. So I already felt like I was like behind. So yeah, I was just super motivated to get to another level with that stuff. And when I graduated high school, that's when I went to COD for 2 years and did like the gen ed bullshit. And I just was like, dude, college is not for me.
Yep.
And that's not to say that, anyone going to college should knock it. I'm not knocking it at all whatsoever, but it just wasn't for me. And I decided to get a certification for training. And I was like, well, I'm already, in good shape and I work out a lot, so I might as well just do that. So I actually found this. So, like, usually if you become a trader, there are certifications you can study for, and then you pretty much take the test and then you get certified.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a little bit different. I don't know if you guys are aware with like NASM and like, have you guys heard of NASM before?
No, I haven't.
No, okay. So yeah, that's like a basic personal training cert, and but you got to study for it and take a test to get the cert. But this, I went a different route, and I pretty much went to a school called NPTI, and it was like an 8-month program where I actually would go in it's like basically going to school. It'd be like 4 hours in class and then 4 hours or like 2 or 3 hours, like working out and training with like one of the classmates. But it was like an 8-month program, and I spent like $8,000 on it. So I think it trumps like every certification there is for training. In that sense, if that makes sense, like it's eight months, bro, and like 400 in class hours and 400 in the weight room hours, I guess you could say. But yeah, I've had that cert forever, and then I got a few other certs. But yeah, then I started working in training, and working on getting people in shape and coaching people pretty much.
Dude, that is sick because at least for me, I've low key been a string bean my whole life, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's
recently
all
like
good, bro.
maybe like realistically the past like 5 weeks, that's when like I've really been going to the gym and hitting it hard, you know, like 4 or 5 days a week. And then obviously I forgot what it is. It's like if you go for 3 months, you'll feel it. If you go for 6 months, you'll notice. And you go for 9 months, other people will notice. You know?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
as a guy who's always been kind of like, fuck the gym, right? But I'm like, it's like a mental discipline for me, right? It's like, okay, it needs to be a part of like regimented life. What kind of
It's
advice
hard.
would you give someone to like, where they're like in that stage, like I want to go to the gym, but it's like, I want to get in shape, but I just don't want to go to the gym. Like, what would you kind of give some tips for that? Like getting them into that space?
So I would kind of say like with working out in general, like there's some people that want to work out to look good. There's some people that want to work out to learn how to work out, I guess. I don't know. I would say like, dude, if you want it bad enough, you're going to do what it takes to get whatever you're trying to get, right? It doesn't even have to necessarily be with working out, but if someone wants something bad enough, they're going to do it. If they don't want it that bad, they're going to make excuses. They're not going to show up. Like, that's just how it is. So it's really like you can't really get motivation from, I guess you can't get motivation that's consistent because you have to just want it bad enough, dude. Because no one's going to motivate me to go to the gym. I have to do it myself. Like, I could buy a trainer, right? If I'm a regular person, I could hire a trainer to keep me accountable and make me go to the gym, right? But from someone that needs motivation to go to the gym, it's like something that you have to decide on. Like, if I want to, like, all right, I'm out of shape. I feel like shit. I look like shit. I'm either going to make a choice to change and start going and applying this discipline, or I'm just going to stay the same. So realistically, it has to come from within a person's self because you just can't fucking pull. It's like pulling teeth, man. You got to want to change. You got to be sick of your
Definitely.
situation physically, and you got to want to change, man. Because motivation is a thing that comes and goes, and discipline is like no matter how you're feeling, you still go get it, right?
Yeah.
100%.
So, yeah, for people that are like struggling with that, you got to just be at a point where you're like, dude, I'm sick of this shit, and you got to want to change. It's not just the physical benefits you get from exercising either, dude. Like working out and training has like helped me get through a lot of really hard things mentally too. It's not just a physical thing, and it's almost like when I've had clients that have changed like their bodies completely, it's almost like a spiritual change too,
Yeah.
because uh, everything is like mental in this world, right? And you can't change your physical body without your mind, right? So it's almost like a a pact you make with yourself to start going and being healthier and eating healthier and then you either make it part of your life or you don't. And with this specifically, you can't really be just kind of like one foot in, one foot out. You kind of got to lock in and be consistent and grind and start eating healthier if you want to get muscle or lose fat or whatever it is, And it's just about how bad someone wants it, man. At the end of the day.
Yeah. I remember I heard this this analogy, I think yesterday, where it was motivation is like a guest. It comes in your house and it goes. Discipline
Yeah.
is the home, the one that you're always at. And
Yeah.
I thought of that and I was like, man, like that's a great way to look at it, because sure, guests are coming and going, you're cleaning stuff up for the guests, but it's like, do you want to live in a good home? You need that
Yeah,
discipline to
for
like
sure.
be there and take care of it yourself.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
um
Cool analogy.
it's
Yeah, discipline is like it's doing the shit you don't want to do when you should do it, and it's doing the things you don't want to do when you don't feel like doing it. And that's what builds discipline and everything, man. Like if you can start going to the gym, like this is a good analogy. You start going to the gym you start training every day, you make it part of your routine, you make it part of a habit, then it just becomes like second nature. And then the discipline of doing it when you don't feel like doing it becomes not as hard to do because you're just part of the routine, part of the habit, and then it's not that bad. We're gonna have. I feel like a lot of people in the world, based on base what they're gonna do based on how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
And what discipline teaches you is to do this shit when you don't feel like doing it, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think, bro.
Yeah.
And motivation, you can have motivation, but that shit comes and goes, and yeah.
So you said that you found paintball your freshman year of high school, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
So I used to play airsoft. I actually got into airsoft first, and this is back in the day. This is like probably like 2002, 2003 when I started playing with airsoft guns, and like Dick's Sporting Goods. You guys,
the clear
yeah.
Rack'ems.
Yeah, so yeah, they used to have an airsoft section and a paintball section.
Yep.
And when I'd go there to look at the airsoft guns, like me and my homies would just play and we make forts in my basement and like play against each other. But we'd go to Dick's and go check out the guns. And I would always see the paintball section. And I went over to the paintball section one time and I saw like magazines of like PSP and stuff and this whole other world that I didn't even know about. And that's how I got kind of hooked into it. Then I bought like a Piranha or something. It was like $150 gun.
Oh shit, those were pretty sick back in the day.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't like an Angel or anything, or even a Spider. It was like a shitty CO2 gun or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's how I got into it. Then the first time I ever played paintball was at CPX in Joliet, which is closed now. But that place is awesome.
That's where my teammate Cedar used to play.
What's that?
That's where my teammate Cedar used to play. He is a Chicagoan native that moved out west, so he's definitely very familiar with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, CPX was tight, bro. I think they sold it because they wanted to build like highways or something.
Typical city shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think they offered them like 15 million or something crazy.
That's like a number that's hard. Yeah, that's a number that's hard to turn down for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, it was a sick place, bro. They had awesome, they had towns, like broken down towns with buildings and like buses and cars. I mean, they had the whole setup. They had regular woods ball, they had speedball, they had everything there, man.
That was like where Living Legends was at, right? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Living Legends? That was where at CPX, right?
There.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
dude,
Okay.
Those are like the most famous paintball videos like of all time, right? But
yeah, for sure. That shit's crazy. I've done a couple of them. They're pretty fun, for sure.
That's before my time. I wish I could have experienced that. Seeing the YouTube videos like when I was in high school, and I was like, dude, that is like sick. So insane. But one thing, Phil, I want to say real quick.
What's up?
You go ahead, bro. You look like you had a thought. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay,
I thought it was so interesting where you were like in Dick's and you were like, you saw the paintball magazines. How insane would it be if we could get like Great American Paintball and like a Dick's Sporting Goods, like those high quality magazines that we've had. Imagine if like how many more people we could get hooked on paintball if like that was in like a section.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know what it is with why paintball hasn't like blown up to where it should be. But I don't know if it's the exposure or if it's the way it's portrayed. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I wish paintball was at a higher level than it is. When I was a lot younger, I thought that, paintball was going to blow up. Like, if this is like 05, 06, 07.
Fastest growing sport in the world.
Yeah, no, it was crazy, bro. It was on ESPN2. It was on, the MPPLs were on ESPN2. Those 3v3, those indoor tournaments were on. And, I saw paintball as, this sick-ass, almost like motocross or skateboarding, extreme sport. Yeah, and I thought it was gonna blow up like skateboarding and dirt biking and whatnot. I mean, it's still it's growing obviously, but at that time I thought it was gonna blow up, right? And it just I don't feel like it has blown up to that extent yet, but I don't know what it's gonna take to get paintball to the next level. I honestly think that the glow ball stuff is kind of a good way to go. Almost like, have you guys seen the movie Tron?
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Right. Awesome movie, right? It's kind of like that, but with that glow ball stuff, you can see the paint. And with the NXL and the webcast, you can't really see the paint
No,
unless like the camera's set up a certain way.
yeah. Just look like
On
they're
certain
standing there.
spots. Yeah, so like for the spectator, if you think about it, with every sport, there's like a ball, right? Or there's
Yeah.
a puck, or there's
Focus
one
point.
single thing that people can follow. Baseball, like with paintball, there's like, if you're a spectator and you're watching paintball, you really don't know what's going on because you just see five dudes like shooting at each other, but you can't see the paint. You can't really see what's going on. With the glow ball, I feel like it could blow paintball up in a better way because now the spectator sees how fast the paint shoot.
Yeah.
Now they have an idea of what's going on and how shit works, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I just felt like it was like this mystical sport that just looked sick, and it was just like a different world kind of. And yeah, it got me hooked. I was hooked off the rip, pretty much.
Dude, can I just say that's a unique take, like having like a tournament or just paintball like in the dark like that.
Night
Like, I
ball.
think
Yeah.
that like
Yes.
for a tournament style, that would be sick.
That would be sick.
I think it would be sick, and like as long as you could see, like you guys have probably laser tag before, as long as you could see your opponent, and, like they have like jerseys that have like
Yes.
you've seen the stuff like the videos, yeah, they can make it happen. I don't know now if they can do it, but I think it would be a good push in the right direction to where the spectator can actually see how fast the paint is shooting and what's actually going on.
Yes.
That's what I think is the issue with paintball in general. It's just hard to tell what's going on from someone that just turns on the TV or turns on the webcast. It's just hard for a regular person to see what's really going on. I mean, that's just the biggest thing I think. With paintball, that's what's hard about getting it blown up. I feel like
For sure. I've even seen some where it's been, I don't know if it was in Mexico or something like that, but they strung red lights throughout the field, like on the ground, right? Like red light strips. And the red with the neon green, like glowing balls, just the contrast to it looked, you could see every ball for as far as it's going until it hits something. It was so sick. Like,
that's pretty
man.
gangster. Like, I'd like to see what you're talking about, but
I'll try to find it.
yeah, they need to make it more spectator friendly, dude, because people aren't gonna watch stuff if they don't understand what's going on. And yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. And I don't know. Paintball is awesome, bro. For me, I don't want to go off track here. I don't know really where you want to go with the next question or whatnot, but paintball has always been a big part of my life, and I still love the sport to this day, and I do regret leaving as early as I did. But yeah, I don't know.
So,
It's
okay.
tough.
That's a great segue. Let me ask you this. So, you saying you regretted retiring too early?
Yeah, for sure.
Was there a plan on coming back?
On and off, I've been wanting to come back. I was gonna play with Diesel a couple years ago. 2024. Yeah. Hold on one second. No. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good. Family, bro.
No, yeah. There's a storm right now, and there's like tornadoes, like not close to us, but like kind of like farther out.
Too close for comfort.
Southern Illinois. My girlfriend like trips out about like weather and shit, like tornadoes specifically. But we're in the suburbs, bro. I don't think there's gonna be any tornadoes out here.
Okay, hell yeah. Is your dog freaking out because of the storm?
No, he's chilling. He's chilling right here. Like he's just vibing.
What a stud. What a stud. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. But I do like, part of me does want to come back. It's just a big commitment, and you have to put like everything into it. And
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna come back and half-ass anything. If I was gonna play pro again, it wouldn't be like, I don't know. I'm the type of person that if I'm not gonna be all in, I'm not gonna just do it for fun. I was never like that. Even with paintball, like coming up, it was never just to play paintball to have fun for me. It was more of like, I wanted to achieve greatness, and I wanted to be like one of the top dogs, and that was my mentality. And I do that with everything that I like want to pursue, and I don't see the point in investing my time and energy into things if I'm not going to be all in. And to get to that level, to play at a pro level, and to be consistent, it takes a lot. It takes a fuckload. You guys even know playing D1 takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of grinding. It takes a lot of discipline and consistency
Yeah.
if you want to be great. And by how everyone's playing nowadays, dude, if you're not fully in, like you are getting cooked, bro, and you're getting
100%.
lasered. Yeah,
100%.
so it's a big commitment. You have to really want it that bad. I don't know if I want it as bad as I did when I was younger because I've already got to that level and see what it's like and felt what it's like. And it's a cool feeling, but to be honest with you, it wasn't like when I got there, it didn't feel like anything really, bro. To be honest with you, it didn't feel like um, it didn't feel how I thought it was gonna feel when I was like climbing the ranks and shit. To be honest, and that doesn't say that it's not awesome. Pro paintball is awesome, but to play at that level, dude, you have to be all in, bro. And I'm that kind of person that like if I'm not gonna be all in, dude, and my life is not good in other parts of my life, I can't commit to something like that, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely think about coming back. It's just I know what it takes, and I wouldn't want to come back if I wasn't like fully locked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not only does it take work like on the field, it takes work off the field to where it's like if you're not in the gym at least 3 days a week, dude, you're just like you said, you're getting fucking cooked. You're getting cooked.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, and paintball shape is different than like weightlifting shape and
Oh yeah,
conditioning shape. I mean, paintball is especially if you play the one and you're a snake player, like that's what I play, right? So, like, I, yeah, you have to be in tip top shape to be playing the one on Dorito side or snake side. But I still think snake is the most demanding on your body,
for sure.
for sure, for sure.
I agree.
I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that.
This guy,
yeah, and
he's
you guys know playing D1, even playing semi-pro, bro. Like, if you wanna win tournaments, man, you're not just doing it for fun, bro. You're doing it because you want to win and you want to
Yes.
make a name for yourself and you want to get W's, bro. But yeah, like I don't do things just for fun, man.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
especially that like after you obviously you're trying your fucking ass off, putting all the work in. It's like when you kind of lose that tournament, you lose that match where it's like either you didn't make it or you lose that Sunday match. It's like sure people are fucking hardy hard, but it's like I'm kind of like in my mind I'm like really upset. I'm like man, like I contemplate everything like that athlete's plane ride where it's like your mental is just going at it is going at you where man like what could I have done differently, like what am I not doing in my personal life, how can I improve, and it's just like a different it's just a
Yeah, for
different
sure.
mindset. It's I would call that like the championship mindset where you want you know where you want to be, and it's like if you're not there it just pisses you off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just got to keep working. You got to keep working, and you got to want it bad enough to get to that level, bro. Uh, yeah, you gotta be all in, and you gotta like that's the cool thing about paintball too is like when you make mistakes on the field, like when you go to practice or like when you're practicing for a tournament, you think about after you play, you think about those like points where you could have did something better. That's one of the things I do miss about paintball is because it consistently tests you to get better.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And learn from your mistakes and learn from like losing. And that's a big part of paintball that I did like. And it also forces you out of your comfort zone. Traveling and um, sleeping in hotels and playing for 6 to 8 hours practicing. It's hard, bro, and you gotta grind. It makes you kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Playing in shitty conditions, like if it's like
Yes.
raining out or snowing or whatever. It makes you, I think, harder in a sense because you're doing shit that's hard and it's uncomfortable. So like when I stopped playing paintball, I noticed like I wasn't getting softer, but I could tell like that me traveling and me competing at that high level and grinding like that, it was really good for me. And it definitely made an impact when I stopped doing it. I could tell the difference between like how I felt when I was doing the stuff that was uncomfortable but still doing it. And then when I didn't have that grind, it definitely made me like it kind of softened me up a little bit, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay, let's kind of dive into that where you said it's kind of making you softer, not traveling and not like being with the boys and not just like grinding that.
Yeah.
I
Like
want to go into that for sure.
yeah, like that's just what I noticed because like me traveling when I was playing on Infamous and stuff, like I used to like not want to go, but like it was like a grind, bro, to like take those flights and then like layovers and like missing flights or whatever it is. I don't know. It was just a grind, bro, and it made me more, I guess, like fine with doing shit I didn't really want to do sometimes. Like, there's pros that, aren't super stoked every weekend to go fly out to practice,
Yeah.
dude. Like, it's just part of the game. But yeah, it just made me a little less comfortable with being uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, if that makes sense.
Well, that's one thing that I definitely try to do at practice, where it's like trying to work on those situations where I'm in an uncomfortable spot and making sure that I come out on top and I prevail in whatever situation that is. Right.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
that's one thing that we put in paintball that a lot of sports don't really see, because it's like, I mean, paintball is just so interesting because, I mean, for a vast majority of people, once you're out of high school, you're not really playing sports.
Yeah.
For a huge majority of people, or even like, I mean, you're a fitness guy yourself. You probably heard the statistic where it's like 70% of people after high school are never even going to sprint again.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I've seen that.
that
Yeah,
is
for sure.
crazy.
Oh,
That like blows my
weird.
mind.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, once you don't have something in your life that is making you do something that's uncomfortable or like pushing you hard, like, you lose a piece of yourself, kind of, if that makes sense. Like, even it could even be if you were like, let's say you played football your whole life, and then, you played in college, and then after that you got a real job, and then you're just never playing football again. It's like you lose a piece of yourself a little bit, and yeah, I think those things are important, like sports and being competitive and doing things that are challenging at a high level. They're huge for your mental and for your physical and your spiritual growth. Like, I I I can definitely tell you, from going from where I was at to stopping and not playing paintball, like, I can definitely tell it impacted my life for sure. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I want to ask you about, when you were kind of saying how once you reach that top echelon, it kind of felt like nothing. What were you expecting?
Yeah.
Like when you were like, okay, I want to get to this point. What were you expecting it to be like?
I don't know how to explain it, but like, have you ever heard of people talking about that? Like, they become a millionaire and they're like, oh, it didn't even feel like anything, or like, I accomplished these. It's like that satisfaction thing. Like, once you get to this level, like, you think it's gonna feel like something, and then it doesn't feel like anything, and it's like you want more,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
get there and there's like what do I do now?
Yeah, like, okay, I got there. Now what? Now it didn't even feel like, oh, I worked so hard to get to this goal and accomplish it. Then you accomplish it, and then it's like, okay, now it doesn't feel like anything. I'm like, now what's next? You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know. I don't know. It didn't feel like I was like, I don't know, when I went pro, it didn't. It was cool to like play on the main stage and like build a name, and like, I built my name up, and yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel like, I don't know. It didn't feel like I was in the NFL or something. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
just felt like normal. Like I was
Yeah.
playing semi-pro, but I was playing pro now, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it didn't feel like that crazy to me. But I still had goals. Like, I had goals of like, I wanted to be like an MVP. I wanted to, you know, get to my full potential, because I know I didn't hit my full potential when I was playing. Um, and yeah, that stuff does bother me, though. That, and I do sometimes regret, not just keep going, and for anyone that's listening or that sees this, I never like left paintball or quit paintball because it was too hard. I just, at the time where I was at mentally, I just didn't have like, I didn't care anymore, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just, I don't know. It was almost like, instead of going with the flow, I was like swimming up a waterfall, if that makes sense.
I
Like, my
completely feel that.
heart, my soul. What's that?
I completely feel that.
Yeah, like, my heart and my soul were just like, good. I'm like, I'm over it, bro. Like, this isn't fun for me anymore, and I'm just kind of over it. And yeah, that's just kind of how I felt, bro. And I'm not gonna do things if I don't feel like doing them anymore. In the sense that, like, it wasn't like filling that void or whatever you want to call it anymore. But I do regret leaving, for sure. But it's just hard, bro. It's hard where I was at mentally at that point when I left.
Yeah.
In general.
And it paintball is such like a mentally demanding sport, because not only does it affect you, dude, it affects a lot of people around you. Like if you want a girlfriend, dude, you gotta really like
She's got to
assess.
understand that you're trying to do something.
Yes, exactly. And paintball is one of those things where, dude, some girls just will never understand. Like, why is he going out spending so much money playing fucking shooty ball? You know?
Yeah.
But to
Well, that's why
us,
you
it's
get
just
a
our
girl
life.
that supports you. You gotta
Exactly.
get a girl that supports whatever you're trying to pursue. Um,
Exactly.
but you also have to weigh out, like, is it like what am I getting out of paintball and or whatever it is. And I felt like at the time when I left, I felt like, you know, paintball was awesome and it was like this goal I finally accomplished. But I just felt like, I don't know, at the same time it wasn't scratching the itch. So yeah.
So what'd you move on to after that? Well, what did scratch the itch?
I'm still looking, bro.
Oh hell
I'm still
yeah!
looking.
I mean, it's like
tough, dude.
a sailor that never leaves the shore. Is the ocean's always a mystery, right? To where it's good that you're always out there searching instead of just being stationary, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I tried streaming for a little bit, but I didn't go fully into it. Like I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to replace paintball, bro, for sure. And yeah, I don't know. It's tough, dude.
You
It's
can't
tough.
get that adrenaline dump from a screen. Like I've tried. I'm a huge gamer
No,
myself. You just can't. You know.
You can't. You can't for sure.
So
For sure.
so let me ask you this: with streaming, what was your poison? What's your main gaming thing?
Oh, like what was I playing at the time?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
playing Warzone. I was
Oh,
playing Warzone.
okay, hell yeah. What
Yeah.
time was that? What time zone was that at? Like what area was that at? Was
Oh,
that
like
prime
what
Warzone?
era? It was like during like when this was like 2017, 18. That's when streaming started to blow up and
Yeah,
like
Ninja.
Fortnite blew up.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So Ninja's one of like the pioneers of streaming. But that's when like I was playing paintball and I was like playing Fortnite on my Xbox.
Hell yeah.
And then yeah, when I started streaming, I was playing Call of Duty though. Warzone was super hot. This was like a little bit before COVID. And yeah, no, it was mostly Warzone. But I liked, you know, I grew up playing Counter Strike, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3. Like I played like pretty much everything. But
Hell yeah.
I love FPS games for sure.
Okay, we just did a ranking. We just ranked our top 10 Xbox 360 games of all time. So, what is your favorite Xbox 360 game of all time?
Damn, Xbox 360. Fuck. That's tough, dude. Xbox 360, man. I don't know. I really like Ghost Recon, like the Ghost Recon.
Advanced
games.
Warfighter. God damn, so good.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, dude. There was another one after that one too that was really good. Yeah, all the Ghost Recon games are sick. That Halo 3 was Halo 3 on Xbox.
Yeah. 360. Yeah, fire
What
game.
about Halo 2?
Halo
2 was
2,
on
I
Xbox.
think that was the original Xbox, like the very end of the original Xbox.
So Halo 3, I think Ninja Gaiden was pretty sick. I'm trying to think of other games on Xbox 360, dude. Fuck.
Hold up, I'll look at my list to try to remind you. That was like
yeah, give me some.
like Left 4 Dead. Like I don't know if you ever played the Left 4 Dead games.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead.
Oh, dude,
yeah, the
so good.
zombie games.
Gears of War.
Oh, of course, Gears of War. I still play Gears of War.
Dude, I'm actually so excited for Gears E Day. I don't know about you, but I think that game looks so sick. But
yeah, I saw that they're getting rid of wall bouncing.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. What a that's like culture in Gears of War. You know,
that's
it's like,
literally Gears of War, bro.
It's like if you're that's like what we're training for in paintball, but in Gears. You know, if you're not wall bouncing, you're fucking cooked. You're fucking cooked.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like not knowing how to snap shoot and then playing people that do know.
That's
how
a great
to snap
analogy.
shoot.
That's a great analogy. But yeah. Overall, what is your favorite Xbox 360 game?
Shit, bro. Would probably have to go with like Call of Duty 4 or Halo 3 for sure.
So good.
For sure. Yeah. Wait, when did Modern Warfare 2 come out? Was that Xbox 360?
That was Xbox 360. That was 2000.
Oh yeah.
That was 2009. Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, it's gotta be like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Halo 3 for sure.
Man, dude,
those three are my top three.
They don't make games. They don't make games like that anymore, bro. They do not.
No, not at all.
What have you been playing lately?
I actually play with Mouse every night. We play a lot of Call of Duty still.
I wanted to ask you that because I remember he was on Play the Game and he's like, oh, my duo Philly Shredder, and I was like, oh shit, I follow that guy, you know. So
yeah. Mouse has been a good friend of mine since I was like 17. I'm 35 now, so I'm getting up there. But yeah, me and Mouse have been good friends for a long time, and that's like one of my day ones.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
But he recently started locking in and back actually playing Call of Duty like hardcore now. And you know, me and Keith Brown, like when I was streaming and stuff, me and Keith, we would play every night and we were playing Warzone 1, but Mouse wasn't playing back then like we were. But yeah, no, I mean those dudes have been my homies for a minute. But Mouse has been one of my best friends for a super long time, probably over 10 years now. So
hell yeah. You guys just been playing COD?
Yeah, he can't play anything else right now. That's
Okay.
all he wants to
If
play.
it wasn't COD, what would you be playing?
Well, I still play Gears of War 5 with one of my other homies,
Dude,
and
banger of a game.
yeah, Gears is sick. I like Diablo. PoE is sick. I like those games too.
That was
Um,
sick.
yeah, I played like Black Desert. Dude, so many Helldivers. I played a bunch of games.
Gamer right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
But
We're huge
the
nerds.
thing I like about Call of Duty though is that it's kind of like paintball in the aspect of like outsmarting or outplaying people and like moving. I just feel like there's a lot of traits that both things have, and that's why I feel like I've always been good at Call of Duty, because the same kind of instincts you use when you're gaming like that, you use them when you're playing paintball.
For
So
sure. The Spidey sense where it's like, oh shit, I've been looking at this spot for a little too long. Let me check left, you know?
yeah, or like outmaneuvering a opponent, or juking them out, or breaking their camera, or going this way instead of going that way to like play with someone's mind. So there's like a lot of aspects in gaming that you could use or that you use in real life, whether it's sports or paintball or whatever. So that's another reason I like gaming is it's competitive, and you're also you listening to your gut and your instincts. And I
Yeah.
feel like paintball has a lot of those situations where you're going kind of off your fight or flight response, opposed to like sitting there thinking about it. You're kind of in the zone or locked in. You know what I mean?
For sure. And it also shows
Playing
progression.
mind games are so satisfying.
That's why I love tactical shooters. Tactical shooters are it's like, if you zig and they zag, bro, you're dead. I'm killing you. It's like
yeah, for sure, bro.
The outplay potential and all of it, especially where it's like in esports where you can kind of like see where everybody is. You know how they have like that theater mode where it's like you can see the guy like obviously looking at him through the wall, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
like,
where you can see like it's pretty much you got walls pretty much.
Yes, and it just shows the timing. Like that's also another thing that we can relate to paintball, where it's like, dude, COD timing. Like how many times have you been at practice and been like, oh man, that guy, as soon as that guy looks away, guy jumps in the snake. Oh, COD timing.
Exactly. It's the same shit, man. Yeah, like there's so many points that you're playing that like if you would have just like you look away for 1 second, the dude fills the snake, or like you're holding a zone and dude, like you go to reload and put your gun out for a second and dude runs through it. It's just like there's so many little windows that are there, and I feel like it's the same way with gaming, bro.
Yeah, especially where it's like everybody's getting so good in paintball where, fucking Thomas Harr, dude, using fucking Omni movement down the snake, getting an MVP golden barrel, right? So
that kid's cooking.
He is absolutely cooking.
Ultra cooking, yeah.
Guy didn't even have a jersey the first event.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I was watching him play the 3-on-3s and he kept going in the snake, I was like, all right, this kid's gonna be nasty. I could just tell just by how he was moving and that he was like a constant threat in the snake. And like obviously Maddie and Todd kept bringing his name up, and like I was very interested to watch like that kid specifically because that's like a dude. That's like a once in a blue moon type of dude.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he's a beast, bro.
If we can keep that guy, if that guy can stay healthy, avoid injury, and stay locked in, dude, the league genuinely has something to fear from that for sure. Especially when he's on a team like Legion.
But that goes to show that, man, like there's so much talent that like untapped talent that like you don't even know about unless they get an opportunity. And like with paintball, dude, there's probably a lot of D1 players that have like that same kind of like instincts and like mojo going on, but you're not going to know unless they get playing time. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but they're out there, bro. You got to give people chances, man. I mean, it's the same thing with like college football. I'm not a big sports guy, to be honest with you, but like there's dudes in college football that are just absolutely insane, and then they get picked up in the NFL and they're still crushing.
Yeah.
So what?
That's a big step up for sure. NFL to college for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Crazy.
But okay, you're a gamer now. I have this kind of question that are you into anime at all?
No, that shit's lame, bro. I hate when people bring anime up, bro.
Are you serious?
Fuck no, dude. No,
okay.
I love anime, dude. This is how much I love anime, bro. Do you see this?
I saw that when you joined the Discord. I was like,
man.
okay, this guy knows ball. This guy knows ball, right? So I wanted to ask you this question. Would you rather have the Sharingan or the Spidey sense?
Like in what sense? Like
In-
Itachi
in-
Sharingan?
I would say like you're not
What do you
using
mean
you're
Spidey sense?
not popping no Amaterasu. You know what I'm saying? But you can read movements. Obviously, like I would say it's everything up to the manga kill, if that makes sense.
Are you saying with Naruto specifically?
Yeah.
Probably the shirt. I mean, I'm not okay. So with
Or the Spidey
Naruto, dude,
sense.
I'm not. I didn't watch Naruto like fully, dude, which is crazy because like I know Naruto's good, but I've
It's
always been
time,
a
bro.
DBZ guy. No, listen. This is how far I watched into Naruto is when Itachi dies, and a little bit after that.
Oh,
Yeah, but I love like Itachi specifically. Itachi and Sasuke are awesome.
This
Like,
guy's
those
an
are my two
Itachi
favorites.
Glazer for sure.
that's my glazer.
Yeah, for sure. But um, yeah, no, I didn't get fully into it, so like I don't even know what you're talking about in regards to not the Sharingan, but the other thing. What did you say?
Spidey sense? Uh-oh. Oh shit, did I just lag out?
I can still hear you.
Uh-oh, hello?
Can you hear me?
Sweet. Okay,
still
we're good.
hear you.
We're good. I lagged for a second. We're good.
You're talking about like
Okay.
Spider-Man, right? Like
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-
Like
Oh,
okay.
you're talking about Spider-Man?
yeah, Spidey
yeah,
sense.
probably Itachi's shit, bro.
The only reason why I could like argue Spidey sense is because like you guys watched I forgot where it was, which one it was, but when he fought Mysterio.
Hold on, wait. With the Sharingan, you said you can't use abilities. You could just read movement. Like,
Well,
no,
okay,
like,
so I would say it's all the way up until like the manga kill. Like it's like the base 3 Tomo Sharingan.
so like I could like still use like
You
what
can use
like
Genjutsu. Yeah, you can use Genjutsu.
I'm thinking of Sharingan. That's not...
I mean, I'd rather just go Super Saiyan, bro. I keep it a buck, dude. Or give me some Berserk armor, bro.
Oh, dude.
I'd probably be chilling with that.
I have a character in Elden Ring that is just like like
Guts.
Guts from
Yeah, the
Berserk.
greatsword setup.
Dude, gotta love that. You ever play Elden Ring?
I did not play Elden Ring, but I know it's good. Those
Dude.
boss games are cool, but I know it got Game of the Year and shit. But no, I never played Elden Ring. It looked sick though, and it probably got Game of the Year for a reason. But yeah, I never got into it. But I know there's a lot of shit in Elden Ring that was actually taken from Berserk.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I've seen like the videos people made where like they got this from Berserk.
For sure.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it in Elden Ring. Great game though. I mean, from what I've heard, it's awesome. Those games are tough.
Huge
though,
investment.
It's huge investment. Yeah. You got to go all in on that game or you're getting cooked for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be like locked into killing bosses and shit. Like
Absolutely.
I've never been a big boss guy. Game like Ninja Gaiden's like that too. Ninja Gaiden's like sick, but there's a lot of bosses. And like when I was younger, I don't know. I never got into the boss killing games, but
yeah,
I do like MMOs and shit. But yeah, in regards to anime, yeah, dude, I'm a big anime fan for sure.
Is Berserk your favorite one of all time?
I would say like growing up, I watched Dragon Ball Z, and that's another reason why I probably worked out too or started working out is because of Dragon Ball Z, and just that the mentality of like the Saiyans and like never giving up and always like pushing themselves past their limits to like level up, right? And like I've always kind of kept that mentality with whatever I was doing. But in regards to my favorite animes, I'd probably say like Berserk. Berserk is top dog for sure, just because like I don't know, like that whole shit with Berserk is just my favorite. Like Guts is my favorite character, and DBZ is awesome. Bleach is really good. I'd probably say my top 3. Damn, it's hard, man. That's tough. It's tough. DBZ, Berserk, and then I don't know. Shit, dude. I don't know what the third one is because I like JJK a lot. I like Bleach. I like Cowboy Bebop, Gundam, like all that shit.
Oh,
sure.
Hell yeah. You're a guy who's very established in the culture for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What about you guys?
One new anime is in there, huh?
I mean, I guess this is still new.
Solo Leveling?
I've never seen that.
What? You never seen Solo Leveling?
No, I heard it's fucking bananas.
It's dopamine maxing. That's what it is.
Dopamine maxing. Okay, now I gotta check that out.
It's aura maxing for sure. But
yeah,
no, Solo Leveling is sick as fuck. You gotta watch it. I think there's like 24 episodes and shit too. So, do you like JJK? You guys like JJK?
I've only seen the first season.
Oh God, you.
The second season gets crazy, bro.
Okay, hell yeah, I gotta check that shit out. But like,
I was talking to my brother about this. It was funny because season 1, it's all dandelions, it's fun, it's it's a cool show. season 2 is not fun at all.
No,
So
it's
if you have
fucked
that
up.
mindset from season 1, drop it.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, you got to watch season 2, bro, because it gets crazy and it gets like real, and that's what I think. That's why people like animes in general, is because like some of the storytelling is more real and good than actual live action shit. That's why people
Oh,
like
yeah.
anime over regular TV or regular shows, because there's just, dude, the stories, bro, are so good, bro.
Yeah. I feel like that's why the Marvel movies are fucking bombing, because it's like there's just no like passion behind it, but it's like all this anime just has so much behind it, like Attack on Titan. Dude, Attack on Titan fucking changed my life, changed my whole perception of what I look at certain scenarios with.
Yeah, Attack on Titan is fucking awesome, bro.
That-
That's like when I have people that don't like anime, I tell them to like just watch the first episode of Attack on Titan and
I
go
say the
from
same
there.
shit. That's
Because
a great way
like
to do it.
it's a great show. Um, I'm gonna stay on here, but I gotta get going.
Absolutely,
Um,
bro. Whenever you gotta go, dude.
yeah,
No problem, dude. Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm gonna stay on the phone with you guys. Yeah, you want to see how crazy it is? I'm gonna stay on the phone with you guys till I get to the gym, and I got a client I got to trade. So I do want to get like a couple more questions what you guys have, but yeah, look at how crazy this shit is, bro. Can you see?
Oh boy.
Damn,
You see this? Hold on. It's like
It's
it doesn't
cloudy.
look that bad, dude. It's like yellow right now. It doesn't look
yellow.
like it now, but it's like fucking yellow out here, bro.
And you said you're in Chicago?
Yeah, my girlfriend. Yeah, she's tweaking, thinking like it's gonna be a tornado or something. There's gonna be a tornado or something
I
by
wonder when the
us,
last
which I
time.
don't think that'll
Caden,
happen.
look it up. When the last time was there a tornado in Chicago? But and while he's googling that,
Shit.
all right, Shredder. I got a couple more questions for you. So, for you, what is your greatest
Yeah.
paintball memory?
My greatest memory, dude. Fuck. That's another thing, bro. Like I have so many good memories, and I still remember, like, dude, I remember getting 5 pieces, and like I always remember getting 5 pieces on good teams. My favorite memory though would be probably winning Dallas with Infamous, bro. That was super special, bro. That was like a surreal moment in my paintball career, and just the things that were said to me also after the tournament. And yeah, just that whole weekend was insane, bro. So, and like it is extremely hard to win a tournament in general, but let alone a pro tournament. So yeah, winning with Infamous was fucking probably the best memory I had. But I have a lot of memories um, in general. But yeah, that'd be the top one.
So
And
what?
probably, dude, probably winning my pro spot with TMG. Like that was sick too, bro. Because I was playing fucking insane those couple years that I locked in with TMG. Like that
Yeah,
was sick, man. Winning my pro spot and playing that first year pro. That's pretty sick.
yeah. I remember I was like D4 around that era. But I remember obviously, I told you I was a fan of you since your TMG days. I just remember, dude, you had the grills where it was like Call of Duty Ghost, where it was like painted on the front, and I was like, holy
Oh,
fuck, that is sick as fuck.
yeah, but see, that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to emulate being like a fucking beast out there, and like the only way to really build your name is to like be different than other people. And
Mhm.
I never wanted to be like everybody else, and I didn't feel like everybody else, and I knew that I had to stand out to get noticed, and that's kind of what you have to do. Uh, like in anything you want to get good at, bro, and you want to be, you know, one of the greats, you got to be noticed. You got to be different. You gotta move differently. You gotta just be a different, something different. Like Thomas Harr is a good example of someone that's, you know, that kid is completely different than a lot of kids his age playing paintball. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, the girls actually came from me and Ronnie Dizon grew up playing paintball together, and we
Been on
had
the show?
dudes that were
Hell yeah.
like, you guys had him on?
Yeah, long ass time ago. Ronnie's awesome.
Yeah, Ronnie's great. Um, Great dude. But yeah, there was just dudes that we looked up to, like Danny Tilge. I don't even know if you guys know who Danny Tiljack is, but there's dudes in our era, like when we were growing up, that we looked up to. And one year, Avalanche was playing D1, and it was like a bunch of dope ass players, like all the Voltage guys that I grew up like looking up to and shit, and like Danny Tiljack, Brandon Mayo, and like they were called Avalanche X, and they were playing semi-pro at the time. And this is when like Mouse was playing on Aftermath, and like Randy was on Aftermath, Marcelo, and they ended up like smoking, like beating the shit on Aftermath one tournament. But they all had their grills. They were shooting egos, and they all had grills, and all their grills were like painted, and they had like war paint on them. And I thought it was like the sickest thing ever. So it kind of came from that.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was gangster, bro. It was gangster because they were like winning, and yeah, no, I just liked it, and no one else was doing it, so I fucking wanted to stand out and be different. So
Hatch,
yeah,
do you ever remember when I had the red grill?
I do. When
red
you had
line
like
on
the,
the
it was
front?
like a red like 2-finger stripe down the cheek. You know?
Yeah.
That was pretty sick. I like just
Sick.
being in paintball. You can just be so customizable, right? Like for me, like I have like a Master Chief build where it's like a Master Chief RMX where it's like all olive green with a gold lens, you know, and or like
Yeah.
yours where it's like the war paint. It reminded me of like Call of Duty Ghost. You know what I'm saying? I assume, yeah, you're a COD player. You remember what that game looked like, right? Where it was like the stealth in the shadows killer. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it just makes you stand out, bro. Makes you stand out. You got to be different than everybody else, you know.
Definitely.
So that's another reason why I did it.
On the note, what inspires you to post like gym content on your Instagram?
I mean, dude, I should have been doing it like a long time ago, but I just did. Like, especially now, like with how you could build a business and a career off of posting stuff, right? So, that's one of the reasons. Like, yeah, I would love for one of my videos to go viral, right? I still need to be more consistent, and disciplined on it, because like, just because I'm consistent in the gym, it doesn't mean everything else in my life is perfect and I like have the same discipline in everything. It's hard, bro. So like, yeah, I guess my motivation is fucking to help people out. Obviously, like I do like helping people, and I've always been like that. And it's to help people with the fitness stuff and get in shape. Uh, Pretty much, you know.
Yeah, it's
And get my knowledge out.
It's kind of like when you're obviously when you're an upper echelon player and you see like kind of like a noob at the paintball field. It's like you want to help them out because obviously they look like they need a direction, right? Then they don't have one yet.
Yeah. And that's how people learn, bro. I mean, if you're good at something, you should express yourself and show people the knowledge that you have, you know? If you wanna help people out, you know, you never know who it can help.
And that's one
Or
of
if
the
you post
positives
something,
to social media.
yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, you can build a career off it. I mean, people have brands and all kinds of shit, you know? But yeah, the main thing is to help people, bro. Like, you know, give people knowledge, like, so they can get better. That's the whole thing with it, you know?
With
Yeah.
that too, I'm gonna ask a question that other co-host was gonna ask. What would you say is
Sure.
like the top 5 lifts or movements to like build muscle all around?
That's a good question. I'd say like compound movements. So, but there isn't really just one way you could build muscle. I mean, there's just so many different ways you could use just your body weight and build muscle, but compound movements are gonna help you build more muscle in a sense. I don't know, it's hard. But a compound movement would be like a barbell squat, a barbell bench press, barbell deadlift, like big heavy movements that are gonna work your body super hard. That's what I kind of did when I was growing up, and like started out working out. Like I got good with squats, I got good with bench press, I got good with like all the basic shit. But you can build muscle without all that stuff. It's just kind of like one of the things I was preaching in one of my videos is like intensity, bro. If your intensity is dog shit, dude, you cannot grow.
For sure.
You will never change. So if you have to have intensity that's like fucking hard as fuck, because if you go into it, no matter what, you can have the perfect program, the perfect workouts and whatever. But if your intensity's trash, it doesn't matter, bro.
For sure.
So I would just say intensity, bro, over everything. Like if you do fucking 10 sets of push-ups and you do as many push-ups as you can, you're gonna burn out. Like you're gonna break the muscle down. Like if you just do 3 sets of 10 of a bench press, you might not build muscle because you're not pushing yourself, you know, past its limits. So whether it's a bench press or just push-ups, the person that does the push-ups and goes all out, opposed to the guy doing, 3 sets of bench press, kind of trying, isn't going to get as much as the person doing the push-ups. So intensity over everything. It doesn't matter the lift because your body, if I do a barbell bench press compared to like a dumbbell bench press, it's all working the same muscles in a sense, a little bit differently, but it's my intensity is what helps me break down muscle and then rebuild it,
Right.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah,
I definitely
because like
remember that.
yeah, because like you're not growing in the gym. You're breaking muscle down. Like a lot of people get this confused. Like you're not growing when you go and work out. You are literally damaging your nervous system. You're damaging your muscles so that they can regrow bigger, stronger, leaner, whatever. That's how it works. So you actually grow from your food and you grow from your sleep. So your rest. And a lot of people get it confused. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, dude,
Okay.
I assume you're probably at the gym, but I just want to say, dude,
I,
thank you, bro, for being here.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I wish I could stay a little bit longer. I would be down to come on another podcast and like I don't know if you guys have. I'm sure you got some more questions and whatnot.
Absolutely, we do.
Sure.
So I would be down to hop in another pod with you guys if you're cool with that.
Absolutely, bro. Dude,
course.
absolutely. Well, dude, I'll DM you. We'll get the time zones correctly. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
dude, we'll get you back on for sure.
Yeah, let me know because you guys seem like some cool dudes, man. And there's I'm sure there's a lot of things that you wanted to ask me that you didn't get to ask. So I'd definitely be down to come back for another one for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, dude. And
Oh, yeah.
how can people find you?
You could just you can find. I wish I could post something. Instagram on you just look up Phil Shredder and I'm there.
Hell yeah. I'll post it in the description.
Yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. And yeah, let me know. Let me know when you guys have another spot for the pod, and I'll be here, bro.
Hell yeah. Can't wait, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, bro. You're the man.
All right.
Have
All
a
right,
training
good talk.
session.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, good talk, boys. Yep, you too, guys.
Peace. What a great guy. What a great guy that was.
Cool guy. You know how badly I want to quote the "Look, it's Shredder." Where?
Where?
Uh,
Now I just gotta fix the names real quick. Hold on. All right, Cater. How you doing, brother? It's just you and me now, dude.
Good. Just the two of us. We can make it if we tried.
How you doing, brother? How was your day?
Doing good. Good. Little life update for me. Obviously doing my internship. If I haven't already mentioned that before,
Uh-huh.
I'm actually doing my own things now. So I'm like doing stuff without people's help and like submitting my own things and giving out emails and phone calls. Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Hell yeah.
That kind of thing.
Nice.
But no, it's fun. Just discipline, grind. I fucking wake up at 5 something a.m. and get home at 5 something, and just try to fit my time in with school or podcast or whatever it is.
Right? It's kind of hard where you have to like really pick and you have to kind of sacrifice other things to, do what you want to do. Or you have to really like time maxing. You have to like really plan your schedule out, and which is I fucking hate planning my schedule out. I'm gonna go with the flow type of guy.
Me too. But yeah, like even like today, like got home, instantly like made food, and then instantly came here. I was like, I don't got the time for this bullshit.
For sure, right? And it's funny. Me and Philly Shredder, dude, we are both, mostly me, maximum retarded. We were trying to get this time zone right. Like he got the time zone wrong at first, and then he's like, okay, I got this time, and I'm like, I was just a dumbass and didn't read it correctly, right?
I think it's funny because you and I were talking about this earlier in the day, and you were like, am I the problem? And I read the messages between you guys, and I was like, yeah, you guys are both like, you messed up and he messed up. I was like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, but you know what? We got it squared away. But he's a cool guy, dude. Like I remember when I was a kid, I would watch him. Like when I first started getting into paintball, if I'm correct, like that was like right when he went pro with Trademark on Outlaws, right? So I've always seen him in the paintball world, and I've always been like, man, like I wonder what happened to him, right? Like because he played on Infamous. He was a good play. He's a great player. Right, to where I was always, there were just some questions that I wanted to ask him, to where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna reach out and ask him to come on.
He has a really good point about snake players being top shape.
Yeah, he's like, oh
Y'all,
yeah, these
you
snake players.
Dorito players wouldn't understand.
He's like, yeah, we are the snake players. Gay. No, I'm just kidding.
The whole podcast then makes me want to go like work out after this. Like as soon as the call ends, like go work out.
Fuck
Pump
yeah,
some high intensity sets.
You feel like should we just bust out some push-ups right here, right now, dude?
mid show push-ups.
Mid show push-ups. All right, fuck it. I'll do some push-ups. Fuck it. I'll do some push-ups.
All right, we're doing push-ups. All right.
We're doing
Cool. Intermission. How many are we doing? Wait, what's the intensity here?
Let's go for 30. Let's go for 30. Nice, easy.
Okay. God damn. Okay. I don't know if I can do this.
2, 3, 4,
3,
5,
4,
6, 7.
6.
Oh, fuck, my headset fell off. 9,
9, 10, 11, 12.
13,
Fuck.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
19,
20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
4.
26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah. We keep that shit
God.
intense over here.
Oh my god. FTS keeps it intense.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Now my room is hot as shit.
I'm all red now.
Fuck. Woo! All right, that was for you. That was for you, Shredder. That one was for you, bro. So if
That
you're
was you, Shredder.
listening to this afterwards, dude, you're gonna have a little treat after that for you. But
Dude, some viewers just got fucking ASMR from us.
dude, they just got some potentially really intimate ASMR, bro. Like right in your ear, dude. Just like
just 1, 2.
oh god, dude. Oh god, dude. Giving you a freaking joy video, dude. You're done. But
fuck.
it was cool. It was cool having him on because one, like I remember when I was younger and I was kind of like looking for a direction outside of high school. I was like, I wanted to be a physical trainer, right? But gotta catch my fucking breath, bro. Huh. It kept that intensity.
You were a
up.
kinesiology major, right?
Yeah, I was, right?
Okay.
And eventually I was just like, that was just like something that I didn't fall in love with, you know? And I'm just kind of like, I want to do something that I love.
What made you go into kinesiology as a major? Was it just like, oh, like I do sports, like I'm gonna do kinesiology? Like, what led to that?
Well, eventually I was kind of like, one, I take care of myself, and I liked anatomy, the anatomy of the human body, where it's like the muscles, the movement. And I was like, I always thought it was so intriguing, where I was like, you know, I could work with this, you know, like I could turn some fucking fat asses into some skinny minis, you know, right? Like, what's that show? The Biggest Loser. That was like a huge, like, I loved watching that show because I loved seeing like the transformations between people, you know? And, you know, obviously currently I'm in the process of transforming my own body, right? Into, you know, hopefully a chiseled fucking Greek god soon, you know?
Yeah, what was the thing we were talking about? Looks maxing.
Looks maxing, bro. I'm
job.
I'm gonna take meth to suppress my appetite, you know? Just kidding. I do not take meth, people. I do not take meth. But,
right.
So Sharingan or Spidey Sense, Caden? Which one are you picking?
Right. So,
remember that scene in the one where they go to Paris? The movie where they go to Paris.
Who goes to Paris?
Spider-Man.
Who's in Paris?
The people that you talk a lot about, buddy. The people that you talk a lot about, those are in Paris.
Or you mean who Brando talks about?
Well, actually, I mean, if you see the current economic crisis that's going on in Paris right now, absolutely. But anyway,
Spider-Man in Paris.
You know when he's fighting Mysterio, the fucking crystal ball head guy. When he like completely closes his eyes and he's like dodging all the fucking robots and shit. Like,
here's this. I was thinking about this question earlier, and so what's the deciding factor for me is the fact that you said you still have the Sharingan abilities. So if I have like Genjutsu and all that stuff, I'm gonna pick it. But if you say just like the visual prowess of it, then I'm gonna pick the Spidey Sense, because Spidey Sense is basically like, oh, like it could come any direction, like nothing's gonna realistically touch me.
I mean, Spider-Man still gets hit.
He still gets hit, but like in quotations, like
well, you
I'm
can
gonna know
know
it's coming,
every
right?
single time that a bad situation is coming. You see a Latina coming your way, you're like, whoa, dude, why is the arm why is the hair on my arm standing up? What is going on? And she's like, hey, what's up? And you're like, whoa, dude, something's telling me not to talk to you. You know,
like if the Sharingan was just the eyes, then it's like, okay, I could analyze stuff I would assume to more detail,
Hmm.
but you have to like watch it.
Yeah.
But like if I get to like if I just like don't like somebody, I can just fucking like for just like genjutsu, like it's fucking Kakashi getting stabbed a million times like on a cross. Like I would do that.
You know that such. That's the thing that it's cool because we kind of like brought out his nerdy side a bit. You know, talking about anime, right? Because
I was about to get thrown up. Like it's cringe. It's weird. What?
yeah, he's like, I fucking hate when people bring it. I was like, damn, this guy. I was like, this guy's a fucking phony. I've seen him post shit about Dragon Ball Z on Instagram. I've seen it. So I was like, damn, this guy's way different. And then he's like, nah, I fucking love anime. And I was like, woo, we got a normal one here, bro. You know what? I'm gonna text Brando right now to make sure that he watches Demon Slayer because dude, he needs to.
Funny because I feel like anime keeps becoming like a normal topic for us.
the
Obviously,
thing
it's a
is-
part of our lives. You and my own life. You, me and you, fucking you and I, fucking everyone except Brando.
Right? Like I even got Papa Cedar to watch Attack on Titan, bro. We're not done with it. It's no joke taking like 4 years for us to, come close to the end. But at least he's trying. He likes it.
It's funny because I didn't finish my shows, but the shows I'm watching right now are currently being released, and so I have to watch a show that's already out, and I keep putting off Attack on Titan. Like I was like, okay, I could watch Hell's Paradise season 2, or I could finish Attack on Titan. And I just keep pushing it off. I don't know why.
That's your sign to like lock in, bro. Stop
Dude,
jumping. Stop jumping into anime
disciplined.
half-ass, bro. You need to be disciplined and jump into that full ass. Full
Yeah,
ass.
head first. On that note,
Ass first.
that topic. I want to make you watch Solo Leveling. He's not lying. It's really good.
Yeah.
And
I've heard it's really good.
The only reason people hate on it is because the story aspect of it is not as good, which is kind of true. It's more so about the fighting or maxing, and there's a good story, but it's not like Attack on Titan level.
Okay, yeah. I mean, dude, you know what anime I actually like that is low key like it's pretty fucking girly. It's
What?
called Delicious in Dungeons, where it's like
Oh no, I've seen the whole thing.
yeah. I don't know why that is.
It's my girlfriend's favorite show.
That's a good one, dude. I don't know what it is where they're like cutting in open these monsters and like the food looks so good and I'm like, god damn. Like I wonder what that would taste like.
It's like, what do you call that? It's a good fantasy show.
Right? And it's funny because like I have some friends that are like, oh dude, fuck that. I can't play fantasy games. And I'm like, bro, you only play Madden and FIFA and 2K.
Dude, the
Shut
thing about
up.
I got it. Dude, anime does that thing where it's like everything you see in anime is just heightened, where it's like the nature's more beautiful, the characters are fucking good looking, and then the food in anime looks so fucking good. Like that show, it's fucking monsters and being made into food, but dude, it makes me so fucking hungry.
I know, right? Especially where it's like an ugly ass monster, but it's like the little troll guy is like he's like, oh, you gotta peel the legs off and do all this and all of that, and then he turns it into like this 5-star looking gourmet meal.
Or it's even the thing where it's like, oh, it's like little walking mushrooms, and you just like cut off
yeah.
the little mushroom feet. I was like,
Yeah.
bro,
Dude, that's like it's like Fortnite, you know? I feel like Fortnite's been a thing where there's been so many instances in Fortnite where you grab a random item and then just eat it and get shield. You know, there's like the fish.
and
There's
whatnot.
like I think there's probably like burgers now. Or I feel like there's tons of different kinds of food, candy bars. I don't know, but
I think it's kind of crazy how that game has continued to stay alive, because it had the peak, went back down, and then they went back up, and it's like purely because of like crossovers.
for sure.
I think
And
that's
I mean,
insane
it's
to me.
also. I mean, there's some people that it's like Fortnite is almost like, in a way, a brand of like Call of Duty, where there's like some people where it's like they will never stray away from Fortnite. That is their game. Where kind of like with you and Roblox and the Predators, where you're like,
Okay.
hey, I like this game, and there's just 1,000 different game modes that I can play with all these Predators. You know? Do you still play
Dude.
Roblox?
I mean, not in comparison to like the other games. I'm playing a lot of Subnautica. I bought it. I started playing it.
Dude, you
I
didn't
know
even tell me, bro.
we need. I know we need
Didn't
to play
even
it,
tell
but
me.
it's because there's multiple worlds. So I've been in one world.
Fuck
but-
you. You didn't even tell me, bro. I'm pissed.
I know.
Dude,
But
I low-key been playing, going back to GTA 5. Because I know
I went back to Overwatch.
I know that. Oh, yucko, bro. I know that GTA 6 is around the corner, right? And when I was a kid
Dude,
playing
getting
GTA
delayed.
4,
Where it keeps getting delayed.
it'll come out when it comes out. Like, but when I was a kid playing GTA 4, when GTA 5 came out, dude, I never looked back. To where now that I'm a little bit older, I was like, man, I wish I had more time on that game. Like I knew it was gonna end. Right. So I'm kind of like going back, like playing everything, reminiscing.
Did GTA 5 online come out at the same time as like
the game?
Just like the game?
No, it came out 31 days later.
Okay, so a whole month. Okay, so
yeah, all Rockstar games are like that.
Playing campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even Red Dead Redemption was like that as well, where it was like a whole month and then the online came out.
Do you think 6 is going to be the same?
I hope so, but I know that it's not. So from what I heard is that GTA 6 isn't coming to PC. It's going to be a console exclusive for like the first like year or two.
Really?
And so, because the thing is Rockstar knows that these people are going to, if you really want to play it, people are like, oh, I'm just going to go buy an Xbox to do it. I know plenty of people that have done that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a
Does
dumbass.
Rockstar benefit from people buying consoles?
Yeah, because they're buying the game anyway. They're buying it twice. They're buying it on console and on PC when it comes out.
I see what you're saying.
Right? Because people want to get that new game dopamine high, where it's GTA 6. Dude, you can freaking, oh my God, is that an alligator? Oh my God, look out, Pride Parade. And then you run them all over, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, GTA is What?
I just processed what you said.
Like GTA 6, there's gonna be so much in it. Like, I mean, even in GTA 5, you can no joke work a normal blue collar job in GTA 5 now. You can like go show up and work your shift as like a forklift employee or like a taxi driver. Like, I'm just like playing it, obviously doing cool shit like running drugs, and I'm like, I see people like sprinting towards the forklift job, and I'm like, what do they know that I don't know? Like, can't you do this in real life?
I like watching the videos where they do. What is it called? It's not called roleplay. It's the GTA LARPing.
GTA RP, which is roleplay.
RP, yeah. Okay, it is. Okay, it is RP. But yeah, the LARPing in GTA, where everyone's doing their own job and like the person's a cop or whatnot, and then those videos are hilarious to me.
I agree, especially when you're like, you find the kind of guy that obviously is not taking it anywhere near as serious, and he's kind of like trolling these people that are like, hey, we're the real EMS, like stay off my crime scene. It's like, bro, you're playing GTA. That it makes me want to just like blow them up. You know, I'm not the kind of guy to like randomly blow up people in GTA, but oh man, that for sure would make
I'm the kind of guy that throws tomatoes in VR chat.
Oh God, bro. That like, that's also a place of predators, bro. Like VR chat, like those videos that you see those people on there, like people who play VR chat, that is like a legitimate like cesspool.
Dude.
So fucking weird. Like, I mean, maybe it's just because those the kind of videos that make content. But I feel like every single one of those like VR videos, they're all so weird. You can find a cringe
game?
What?
Do you know VR games? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. Like, dude, Pavlov is sick. Gorilla Tag.
Okay.
You know, like, what's that?
You know Echo?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. Do you
is
know
that the
Ender's
one?
Game?
Is that the one where you have to like scan? It's like a ghost game.
No. Do you know what Ender's Game is? Like the book or movie?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, Echo is like a popular game. I just started thinking of it, where it's like you're in this gravity arena, and there's like floating like blocks that are like blocking your way, and you're basically like playing soccer, like floating through the air, throwing the ball at like each other, and like trying to get in the goal. I just randomly started thinking about it because I was like, there's so many like good
Rocket
VR
League
games.
Sounds like Rocket League.
Sure. Yeah, because it's soccer.
Well, yeah, you just said soccer in space, and you got to hit him into a goal.
It's water polo in space.
That sounds sick.
That's how I could put it.
That's
so you know water polo.
I do. Ball go in net. That's all you need to know.
Ball go in net. Yeah.
You know, skip shot. But okay, Caden. One thing I want to kind of ask you, kind of rerouting back to our guest. Did you take anything away from that? Like, what did you take away the most from that? From some of the things he was saying.
I mean, he definitely like just like puts emphasis on like the intensity of the workouts, like the discipline. Thought it really stuck with me about like being invested into it, where it's like if you're not going to give it your all, like not like why would you do it, but like you should give it your all. Right?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why would you do it if you're not giving it your all? like that, because I feel like that kind of creates people where they're like, oh, these guys are sweating. Oh my god, these guys are tryhards. But I feel like people who kind of like don't invest like that eventually do that.
It kind of reminds me of like the videos people try to make where it's like, oh, like a person that's disciplined to one thing versus a guy that's multitasking. Like, oh, the person that does discipline is gonna end up going farther than the person like multitasking
The
everything.
jack of all trades.
It kind of reminds me of that, and I was like, like I don't know, like it makes me want to reflect on what I'm doing and make sure that I'm like doing things for the right reason and
Yeah.
giving it my all.
Yeah. You know,
'Cause
it
there are times when you don't do that. Like,
yeah, it really brought it into perspective, especially because he was talking about that feeling where he's like, I got to a certain point and it was kind of like, what is this? And I almost kind of like the transition of us going to the Ducks almost kind of felt like that, where we were kind of like, there's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that is just so far out of our control that was just like, we were like, what are we fucking doing? Right. So when we kind of did the transition to the Ducks, it was kind of like, okay, now we're working hard for each other, period. Like we worked hard for each other earlier, but it was like we're working hard for this plateau that's above us, and that was always going to be above us. And now it's like we play for each other because like nobody is higher than we are on the team. It's not like there are people who are above us in the shadows ruling us, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that really put it into perspective where I was like, man, ever since we became the Ducks, I feel like I have been working a lot harder.
mm-hmm.
It's
for us.
Exactly. It's like I want to make sure that I don't disappoint you on the field, right? Or how horrible would that be if we're like you and me are killing it, playing every point type of tournament? Then it's like I'm like, oh, Caden, I'm tired, bro. I'm out. Like, how fucking gay would that be? Like hell no.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The intensity of
that it makes me think too, like where it's like with like obviously we're putting the grind in, right? But even if we do lose, like are we giving it our all? Are we giving more than 100%? Are we making the practices and the preparation for the tournaments that much more intense? Like, I think bringing in the word intensity into it is definitely like there's a lot of power behind that.
For sure. And I think our coach, when it comes to like a lot of the drills that we've been doing, he's been keeping it intense where he's like, all right, go back and run it again. Go back and run it again. Like you just played there. You had a good point here. Go in this zone that you haven't played yet. Be uncomfortable.
Right.
And I mean, there's times at practice where you're playing the Dorito side and I'm playing the snake.
Obviously, for my physique is no kidding.
Yeah, pretty gay. But anyway, I mean, Caden, you're a great snake player, and I'm not even just saying that to glaze. We just need to take a note out of his book where it's like we just need to up the intensity. I think if you and I can up our intensity, especially at practice, right? We can go even farther. Genuinely,
I think I'm definitely gonna start running like laps more often at practice.
It's funny because we were talking about that at the tournament, and me and Marv were talking because Marv is like, how do we? Marv pulled me aside and he's like, "Hey, Hatch, I feel like you'd be a good guy to ask this, but is it my demeanor when it comes to when I present certain things, right?" And the kind of way the conversation was going, he's like, am I being do you think I'm being an asshole for saying this? Right. And we were talking, and I was like, oh, sometimes that's what people need, right? For me, like a good old fucking yelling in my ear, hey, dude, you should have fucking zigged when you need to zig instead of zag. Right. Or, you make a mistake and you run a lap, right? Like running a lap as a punishment, that works for some people. Right. And we were kind of talking about that where it's like, we're like, I don't know if some people need to run more laps or, because like some people, that's just running them into the ground. It's not going to do anything for them.
For me personally, I don't think it has to be a punishment, but I think it goes back to the idea of like intensity, which sometimes like if I'm running snake 24/7, I'll get that intensity automatically, but I should be at that point like throughout all practice, right?
Yeah, like that, just being above that anaerobic threshold where our heart is pumping a little bit more often at a higher pace. That's for sure what we need, right?
I was off topic of this, but when Shredder was talking earlier about like mind games with video games and Snake and whatnot, I was like, it made me like think again because I was like, damn, like as much as I like will shit talk like playing the one as Snake because it's like doing all that stuff, like I really enjoy being the Snake one because like the fucking mind games you could play in the Snake, if like getting lost and like moving bunkers. I don't know if you noticed that, but I love to move around in the bunkers.
For sure.
Like playing mind games is so much fun to me.
That's why I like when it's like those Dorito sides where it's kind of like there's like 2 wires, there's like 2 lines of Doritos. I like that a lot because I can like bounce diagonally back and forth, especially where it's like a low body situation, like a 3-on-3 possibly, where if because when 5-on-5 in the field locks up, dude, moves are very seldom when it's 5-on-5.
Right.
You really have to like walk the field, figure it out, know what you're doing, see what setup they have, counter. So but when it's 3-on-3 and the paint's not in the air as much, you can really do a lot. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Is like when people get into those 3-on-3 situations, some of them are like, or even like 2-on-3. If you're the 2, people are like, cross it up. It's like that only works for so long, bro. A good team is going to run through that shit and fuck you up.
Definitely.
And that's just one thing that we've especially practiced where it's like locking down, right? We practice our defense, and by obviously practicing our defense, we're practicing our offense because we're pushing against ourselves, and it's got really taught about like that discipline when it comes to survivability. That is like the number one thing that we seem to struggle with is survivability.
Yeah. Well, especially with that last tournament too. But
100%.
It's weird. I wouldn't say necessarily that was our problem the previous tournament. So I don't know.
In the previous tournament, it was people were making a lot of individual moves, and there were some that really punished us because they were getting penalties because they got penalties, and that swing point, or now we're down a point, we're down a body, and it's like, dude, then you're punching uphill. That any tournament where penalties are prevalent, dude, that is a hard match to win because it's like when you're losing 20% of your firepower off the break, or even like that guy gets a penalty, boom, there he is an even higher percentage. It is really hard to fight back, especially against teams like the TJ Bastards, like those guys are really freaking good, right? Like there's like Jesse Steven from the Ironman plays on that team, right? And there are no like slackers in Premier, there are some teams that are like, I'm kind of watching them and I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but whatever, right? The level that is at these paintball tournaments now is like anything above D2 or D2 and above. Like, dude, you got to be working all the fucking time for it. Like, if you're not working out multiple times a week, like testing yourself, pushing yourself to your limits, like, dude, you are going to fall behind. You are going to fall behind. Have you been able to work out with your new work schedule?
Just trying to find the flow, flow of time, everything. I'm definitely going to be cleaning out like the whole garage because our garage is like a mess right now.
Yeah, been riding your motorcycle?
I did yesterday.
How was
it? Just once. It was hot outside, but I wanted to ride her. Make sure she didn't die on me. But dude, it's getting hot. It's starting to be. I think it was 100 today. I think it was the max it was.
Yeah, it was 102 where I was today. I was like, bro.
It's getting there. Yeah, Fresno and the desert and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I want to use the pool. Fucking been bowling still. I was still doing that.
Hey man, that's
probably
a
been doing
physical
that
activity.
probably been doing that more than my workouts, which I can't slack. I shouldn't be. But I just brought my pull-up bar to work and let everybody use it. So
hell yeah.
A pull-up bar at work and bust out a few sets.
Hell yeah.
Whenever I get tired.
Dude, the intensity, bro. The intensity, right? You just got to keep it up. I'll do that at work. Like sometimes when I'm like, God damn, this day's lasting forever. Boom, I'll just bust out like 30 push-ups right there. Because I've been trying to do a thing where I'm up to like, I've been pushing it to like 120, but I've been doing like 100 push-ups a day. Right?
Okay, you got to do that Saitama workout.
You know what I'm saying? Well, eventually I'm gonna do it with just a finger, But
I
want to be able to.
You know the push-up boards?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have one of those.
Do you use
it? They actually like, they kind of work. Like it forces you to do like the movement ask. Like it's hard.
For sure, because the thing is, if you don't, like, when your hands are supposed to be set and you're holding a bar in a certain motion, it forces you to use that muscle, or else your form feels like complete shit.
Yeah, you can see all the different forms of it. So we got like red is your latch, blue is your triceps, yellow is shoulders, and then green is like your pecs. And it
Wow.
having your arm a certain way does make you do that. Like
For sure.
it they're cheap too. Like obviously you should be able to do it by yourself, but it helps. It definitely helps. I'd recommend
It's
it.
like a guide, you know. It's like you're a fucking noob and you don't have any direction. It's a direction, and it's
Mhm.
better than absolutely nothing,
Yeah,
you know.
without a doubt.
So, I mean, shit, brother. It's so fucking crazy how much like just being more active has actually like improved my life. Like just being active like
Mhm.
every day. You know. Like I definitely noticed it this past tournament. There were times where I was like, "Damn, boy, I feel quick, dude." I know Parker 1K took a photo. I was like, "Dude, I'm feeling airborne, dude. Air hatch." And then I
That
fucking
feeling is like it's like a high.
it is like a high. I was literally like, "Okay, if I'm blitzing to the Dorito 1, I know I'm making it. You know, I know
It's
I'm making it."
the humbling, or not humbling, but like the satisfying part of it is like when you end up doing that, you almost oversight because of like how fast like
Yes.
you go.
You're carrying your
Like,
momentum and it's like you're like, "Oh shit, my momentum has to stop eventually."
right.
You know. So,
Shredder brought up a good point about like that spiritual and like mental aspect of it. Do you think you've like had that feeling?
I think it's very hard to get that feeling. I think a lot of it is like yin and yang. It needs to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
And there can't be too much yin without enough yang. And I obviously it's a thing that I shoot for is that like mental balance. And it is really hard, right? Like I can't say that I can't even become close to saying that I've mastered that mental battle because it's like, I mean, shit, dude. I ask questions about myself every single day. You know, I'm still even
Mm-hmm.
figuring out like who I am, if that makes
Man
sense.
in the mirror.
Exactly. I mean, dude, there are times where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, all right, like, I'm starting to like feel and see some of the progress, like in like my shoulders and like my back. But it's like I look at myself and I'm just like, you fucking piece of shit. Like you gotta keep fucking going,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't know why that mindset is a thing. Like when it comes to mental at the gym, I am like, if I don't climb up 2,500 stairs, my girlfriend falls off the roof. You know, like does that
So
like do you ever feel like that?
yeah, I mean not like that inherently, but yeah, this kind of leads to my question I was gonna ask right now. So like obviously like you and I have been string beans like for all of our lives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like we've been athletic, we've done sports. There's not been like a day that I've never done sports. Like we're
Yeah.
both athletic, but like we haven't had that discipline for in the gym. What do you obviously you said like with the ducks it made you do it for us, but what else like led to making you have that discipline now versus in the past?
Damn, man. You know, if one man can hold you down, two can tickle you, bro. I'm telling you. Remember that? Right? That's one of
I
those things
remember.
where I thought of that and I was like, holy shit, I am not trying to be fucking tickled against my will. You know, if
So you
anything,
think
I'm the tickler.
nobody brought that to light back in the past? Is that what it
It
was?
kind of was, but I was like, yeah, fucking whatever. But with the way the
Like
world's
I
going
won't
now,
ever
bro,
get tickled.
I gotta make sure that I am anti-tickled, bro. You know, if that makes sense, right? But it's also just like, I wanted to make sure that, I mean, dude, the gun is the greatest equalizer, right? Like, I'm obviously in a position where it's like, if I really needed to, like, I could handle business. But it's like, there are times where it's like, what if I can't in that moment?
hmm
What if I have to, like, really rely on my physical skills? And obviously, I want to make sure my physical skills are very sharp to where that's why I've been doing so much more working out. I've been so much more active, right? To where, you know, I feel better. I feel, you know, stronger. If that and that's just a big thing is I want to make sure that I'm strong for not only myself, but I want to make sure that I'm a protector for my woman. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like be getting in a relationship where uh I saw the light where it's like, you know, you are that guy for someone else. You cannot be a fucking pussy when push comes to shove. Nothing is more like if you look at the videos on, or you look like, okay, you're looking on Instagram, you see these videos of like people getting in fights and this chick's boyfriend is getting fucking wrecked. Dude, look at the comments.
Right.
The comments are like fucking roasting his ass. But it's
Yeah.
but it's also like, I mean, I'm not looking at it for like social appeal. I'm looking at it because I don't want everyone to get fucking rocked like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Like,
No, 100%.
and it's just one thing where it comes to like, I mean, obviously like pride is also another thing, but you know, it's,
You want to be able to punch the punching bag and hit 999 on the game.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to even roundhouse kick it. You know, I'm learning how to roundhouse kick. I'll be there one day. But it's changed my life because also, right, like, it really meant a lot to me because when me and my girlfriend started getting in the gym, seeing her progress as well, like her progress was showing a lot more than what mine was. And like her losing weight, like really inspired me to where I was like, man, like I want to be so much better because she's working so hard for me. Like I want to work even harder for her, you know? And it's a competition because she can't fucking outwork me. It's a competition. People
Right.
say that it's not, but it is. If you get outworked,
It's
you're
having
fuck you.
having that competition is good. Literally,
Right?
it's like it's not a discipline, but it's like it's I wouldn't even say it's a motivator, but it's like it's competitive. It's a feeling you have to win, bro.
For sure. And I'm also trying to get it to where if there's a zombie apocalypse breaking out, dude, me and her can run away. There is nothing like, okay, there is no
You just
win-win
got to be faster
situation
than the
in this.
person next to
No,
you.
because look at this. Look at this in zombie movies.
Okay.
If it's a guy and a girl couple and they're running and the guy's like, oh shit, we're about to get caught. And he like leaves her behind because she's too slow. He's an asshole. But if he holds on to her too long and now they both get got, they're both dead. There's like a no-win situation with that. So I'm like, babe, you gotta fucking lock in because if there's a zombie apocalypse, you better be fucking outrunning that shit. When we were watching 28 Days Later, I'm like, you better be outrunning that. I need you to outrun an alpha.
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. That alpha looked like he could run for decades.
Dude,
Just,
that's one where that guy was Flint Lockwooding, bro. The fucking cop from Clyde with a Chance.
Bro.
Flint Lockwood, and he just,
bro.
like that movie.
What are you doing if you saw that running towards you, bro?
Dude, like what could you do? Like nothing. That is the kind of guy. He literally rips your spine out, like the fucking Predator, like a Roblox player.
Knowing too, like because it's a zombie, like pretty sure Burrow has like infinite stamina.
But that's what I'm saying, right? That was another thing I was saying when we first like doing the movie breakdown ish of that movie, where I was like, dude, they did not look like they got tired. Like their brain is not worried about pumping the bloodstream with oxygen. No, it's about kill, eat. You know, and infect. Which is like, I thought that was just such an interesting form of that virus, where it was like, it wasn't about like eating people, just about infecting them. They would infect them and then move on. So very, very interesting concept. But anyway, before we get too carried away with that movie was sick though. But you know, Caden, one of these questions that I had for Shredder, but I want to ask you, dude, who inspires you the most?
Oh gosh, for just like everything in general, like paintball, like what are we talking about?
Everything in general. Like when it comes to like, man, you're down, you see the clouds, but boom, peeping through the cumulonimbus is a beam of light from a lighthouse. Who is that lighthouse for you?
Fuck. I mean, I would like to say I've thought about my dad, just because I know he's been he was like a almost a high school dropout, right? Like failing high school, and then like obviously he's where he is now. Um, so I'd like to say him because I'd like to take his mindset and what he's given to me, like opportunity wise, and like how to handle myself. So I'd like to say my dad. Obviously, we talked about before, anime characters are always an inspiration.
Yep.
Fictional or not, like that, it's inspirational. Probably like Goku or something for Shredder. But I mean, yeah, I'd like to say my dad. Even it's kind of a different question for me because I would even say just all of my friends around me too are inspiration because it's like why wouldn't I want to be the best version of myself that I can be and why would I be a dickhead? Why would I be like this loser and like give myself out to people like that? Right?
Hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like obviously with your girlfriend, you said you want to be a protector.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, like it's kind of like a layer to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But my dad is definitely up there.
Hell yeah. Your dad's definitely up there for me too.
Shut up.
What?
No kidding.
Hey, dude, stop. This guy. I don't even have a dad. Stop hogging them all, buddy. Fucking dad hog. God damn, dude. I'm trying to have a 50-50 split with Papa Ironman and your dad now, bro. Come the fuck on. God damn it.
No, I'm just kidding.
But okay, so who was yours if it was anime?
What?
Who's your biggest inspiration if you said it was if it was anime?
If it was anime,
Yeah.
ugh.
Or a
Sh-
fictional character. Doesn't have to be anime.
realistically, if it was anime, I would have to say, hmm, honestly, I'd have to say Asta from Black Clover.
I'm not too familiar with that one,
You
but I
never
do know
seen
the
Black Clover?
song.
Yeah, the song. Oh,
Yeah,
like
we played that
which
song in
one?
the car. It's called like Black
Okay,
Rover or some shit like that.
yeah, the best opening. But probably him. Like he's character. Everyone hates on him because he's loud, but no magic in a magic world. Trained super hard, never gave up. Basic anime cliche.
Hmm.
But it's one that stuck with me. He's very optimistic in the show.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
just
yeah, it's funny, dude. The older, like, once I started getting a lot older, and I really started noticing it, dude. This is gonna sound so dumb, but like Arthur Morgan from like Red Dead,
mm,
like that whole
like
scenario where it's like,
Batman's my inspiration. Getting bread.
right? But it's just like he was such a bad guy at the beginning of the game, and then it's like,
Mhm.
dude, do the Red Dead Redemption. He has like the greatest redemption arc of all fucking time. Like obviously if you play it like that, right? And it legitimately has you learn so many lessons where you don't have to learn them yourself in that moment, right? Like you don't have to fucking kill kill a fellow homie, to get the certain feeling. You're getting it through simulation. And I was just like, man, there are just a lot of scenarios where like I remember when you go into the mirror, when you go and look up in the mirror in the saloon, and I'm relating this to what I just referenced not even that long ago, where it's like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, you old bastard, you. And I like it because obviously the only person that knows about my character development the most is me.
True.
So it's like when you look in because every single person on this earth has a different perception of you, right? Like
Mhm.
Caden's perception of me is way different than my mom's perception of me or my girlfriend's perception of me or Brando's perception of me, right? And all of them that come together, that's what makes you. But that is exactly you because you know all of these people that's connected to, if that makes sense, And I just kind of like thinking like that where I was like, the only person who really knows me is myself. Like that's where accountability really started for me. Where I'm like, no one is
So
going to
would you
save
say like half of it is like you're your own inspiration?
you.
The same question back to you.
No,
Like
I
what?
would not say that. I would not say that my own inspiration. I think that, dude, no joke. This is one of my father figures, dude. I call him Mr. Hillis. I'll never not call him by his respected elder name as Mr. Hillis. But dude,
Mhm.
when I first met him, he had multiple sclerosis, right?
What is that?
That is like look it up because I'm a butcher the definition. Look it up.
Say it again.
Molecular. I'm probably even butchering the fucking way it's said. I think it's called molecular
Okay.
sclerosis. Right? So basically, when I first met him, he was like almost in a wheelchair, like could barely walk with a cane. And dude, the guy
Is
bounced
it
back.
nuclear sclerosis?
Oh, or multiple sclerosis, I think. Let me
Multiple.
look it up on ChatGPT. You know what? I'll send it in the group
Multiple?
chat. I use multiple sclerosis or some shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Okay,
on.
okay. Chronic autoimmune disease of the central nervous system.
Right. So basically, like, for some people, dude, it ranges, right? So I've met people where they
Sensory issues,
legitimately couldn't
vision,
move. Like
mobility, fatigue,
the only thing they could
cognitive.
realistically
Okay.
do was like give me like a or something like that in a wheelchair, right? Where their nervous
Mm-hmm.
system is completely fried. And
Right.
seeing him bounce back from a guy who could barely use a cane, almost needed a wheelchair, to a guy that is out chopping wood. Like, dude, he's one of the guys that forged me into the man I am today. You know, he is one of my
Mm.
biggest inspirations, and seeing him fight his battle, it really put it in my mind where it's like, find a supportive woman, and no one is gonna save you. You have to pick yourself up. You have to be the one to make the choices, and you have to be the one holding yourself accountable, or things go to shit in your own life. And he really taught me a lot of those lessons young, where I was like, man, like that is a person who I want to be like when I grow up.
That's sick.
And obviously, like seeing someone go through a disease like that, where sometimes, like, I mean, I don't do when you're like popping pills to like walk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never had that feeling, right? So it's like it was one of those things where I don't have multiple sclerosis or whatever, but it made me incredibly grateful for what I have in my life, to where I was like, I wanted to make sure. And it's funny because he tells me he lives like vicariously through me, when it comes to like traveling. And
Mm-hmm.
when we have this mutual spark where he inspires me and then I inspire him, like I've never had that feeling with another human like that. And that's why I really do feel like he is one of my father figures, where, dude, when I was a young man, he fucking took me under his wing and showed me how to start a fucking fire, literally. So badass.
That's sick.
So that's who like inspires me the absolute most. Like when I think of like the lighthouse, Mr. Hillis, no doubt. Coolest guy
That's
ever.
sick.
Motherfucker does some dope ass wood burning.
Different topic than this, but you brought up the character from Red Dead.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say, dude, my favorite characters of all time are always gonna be the enemy or like villain to like good guy. Like that
Yeah.
trope is like my favorite.
The redemption,
Whether
bro.
it's like fucking Itachi or whatever fucking character, like or like Professor Snape from fucking Harry Potter or some shit like that, right? Like the bad guy turns good, like or not even turns good, but just was always good, and we didn't perceive them that way.
Or
That's
not even that they
always
turn
my
good.
favorite.
It's that they accept what they did and they move on past it, and they don't like let that define them. Like let like one bad decision or one bad crime define them, where they're like, I can still redeem myself from like this horrible thing that I did.
Right.
Right. And I think Itachi's a good example of like, the guy did like the worst fucking job that was needed.
It was literally what it was: sacrifice your family for, we'll just say the world. Sacrifice your family for the world, or sacrifice your world for your family, and he had to pick.
Right. And it's like dude, the thing is, it's also like the analogy with like Elden Ring and like madness. It's like, do you save the woman you love for the world, or do you sacrifice the world for the woman you love?
I want to go devote myself to the madness.
Dude, it is a legitimate thing. Like, I remember, I forgot what it was in Dark Souls 3 that you had to get, but it was basically like the madness, where it's a bad ending in Dark Souls 3. And I remember nobody liked doing it, because the Firekeeper at the very end of the game, she's been leveling you up all game, like the whole game, right? She's like your maiden in that game. And you like push her on the ground and you step on her head. Like, you hold her down, like stepping on her head, and like you grab the flame from her, and then you take it yourself. Like, dude, it is, bro.
I was gonna say like that was. I was about to say like, oh,
Like,
you
don't like stomp on her head where she
dung.
dies, but you like hold
I
her
did the
down.
dung eater ending, but that sounds awful.
The dung eater ending is so bad.
Bro, I'm a oasis of decay here, bro.
I guess that makes sense. But
let it shrivel, let it die,
let it shrivel, dude. Me when I've been in a cold pool for too long. But
other thing I was gonna mention, it was funny. I actually mentioned you today at work.
Oh god.
I was talking to my friends about night marchers. I was giving them the
fuck.
whole rundown.
Yeah,
They didn't know what night marchers were. Because
a lot of people
I just
don't.
saw he had had his Google Maps open or whatever the fuck on Hawaii. I was like, I was
Oh, be
like,
careful the night marches,
all right.
buddy.
Yeah, I said something about it, and he was like, "What's that?" And I gave him the whole rundown and the cliff and the hand and the cats and the flame, and
Dude,
the whole rundown. I was educating the office.
it sounds like a legitimate, like, it could be like a Black Mirror episode, you know? Like, it was just so intense. But it's very interesting how, you know, we kind of leak into each other's lives like that, Caden. I talk about you all the fucking time. Like, me and my girlfriend, like, obviously me and my girlfriend have tons of conversations, and we're like, oh, you know, I wonder what Caden's up to. Or, oh, dude, Caden, she'll send me a meme, she'll be like, oh, this is totally Caden. And it'll be like Roblox, like, playing with predators and doing, like, a predator catch. And I'm like, oh, that's not Caden yet.
Not me, bro.
You know?
Bro, there are some videos I see on like just like scrolling media, and I'm like, how the fuck do people like get away with that? Like, that's actually like weird.
Dude, social media is such a fucking, like, cesspool sometimes. And it's like, it sucks because I haven't been posting anywhere near as much, like, on my story or on FTS or anything, because it's like, dude, sometimes I need to, like, take, like, a look away from it, right? Because it's
Right.
almost like
Disease.
radicalizing me in a way where it's like, it's feeding me certain things of negativity where I'm like, dude, I want to look at the world positive. I want to look at every single outlook with absolute optimism. But there are some times where it's like you hear the story and it's like, now you don't even fucking know if it's real or not. Because, like, oh, like, dude, propaganda is at its absolute maximum high because of the way
I
the
think
social
always
media
be
does
at its
algorithm.
maximum high.
You know?
Like,
Especially with, like, AI. AI is so dangerous now where it's like, up, look at these photos of this guy photographed with this guy. It's like, dude, that is AI. Like, people are
it's hard to
controlling.
tell.
Yeah, exactly. People are controlling things. Like, okay, this is like an example. I saw this thing where it was an AI image. It was obviously AI created by Gemini. I think that is that Google's? Is that Google's?
Google, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Google AI Gemini, do you know their logo is like a star, like a diamond kind of looking thing?
Yeah.
This no joke person a politician retweeted this photo where it was like it looked like the Taliban or Hamas like captured these American soldiers. Dude, the photo was AI, and that person that is in politics, that has a following, that has an audience, is like spreading like misinformation like that. They didn't even get rid of the Gemini logo, where it's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, they're controlling people like that. It's just also interesting where it's like, I don't want to look at my phone so much because I feel like it almost controls me in a way.
That's the hard thing about politics and social media is that like everyone wants you to be divided and there's a reason propaganda gets spread because they want you to fucking hate each other.
Yes, bro. They
It's
want you to
so
hate each
hard.
other.
It's so hard to tell a person that's already radicalized not to be like that.
Ah, dude, what is the fucking what's the thing? It's harder to convince someone that they've been fooled, or it's easier to fool someone than it is to convince someone that they've been fooled.
Okay.
Right? So you give them something to bite onto, people will, especially when they're like, you know, some people are raised a certain way with their parents and everything like that, right? Where it's like, oh,
Right.
you feed them a little bit of this, they're on that like a fish on the hook. You know, where that's all they know.
Right. Huh. Yeah,
It's
I never heard that.
It's all just I said it earlier when I said it earlier like a long time ago when you were on the podcast, but I remember I butchered it so bad that I was like, fuck it, move on. But we're changing subjects. It was so bad. But now you know.
Right. All right, I know now.
I don't know. Cuz it's like I love social media cuz it gets me like it keeps me in touch with a lot of my friends like dude, I talk to Lastro pretty freaking often. You know, and there were times where me and him we were in a Discord call the other night. And we're just talking, shooting the shit. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just asking him certain questions, and he's kind of like giving me certain perception because he's a little bit older than I am, and I'm just like, dude, what do you think it is with this and this and this? And I'm just kind of like giving things that I wouldn't necessarily believe in, but I'm just asking questions, and he's basically educating me. He's like, hey, this is like for what the average person views this as.
Okay.
You know, right? Like, okay, like the perfect example, I was asking him about like patriotism. I was like, why is it that like just because people are a patriot now, they're like automatically assumed that they're like this like super alt-right conservative like Nazi if they love their country. I'm just like I never
Right.
really thought I never really understood that. And he's kind of just like he's kind of just like teaching me. He's like, yeah, well, these people look at it like this and blah blah blah, and you just teach. And I was like, interesting, right?
Right.
Because obviously Lashlow's a very patriotic guy, but he's very based. He's very aware, and he's one of the guys that I go to when it comes to like seeking advice or when I have a question about something. He's a great guy. Fucking love that guy.
W Lastro.
W
Shout out
Lastro.
Lastro.
But anyway, what were we talking about?
Social media?
Social media, baby. Social media. Yeah, dude, I've been fucking literally trying to stay off of it. It like hurts my eyes to look at it sometimes.
It gives me good anime edits.
Valid, right? And I think another thing about social media that's also so crazy is through our phone, we're looking at the entire world. If you were to like be in like a town, like if you were to be in like where you are up north, like we'll say, okay, Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
If their social media was not a thing, you would have no idea if you lived in Sacramento, you would have no idea what's going on in fucking Shanghai.
Shanghai.
But since it's social media, you can look at it. It's like, oh my god, Shanghai, whatever. I'm just using that as an example, right? And you just hear all of these like horrible things where it's just like feeding into negativity. It's like an echo chamber of just like complete bullshit. Where I mean, not all of it's bullshit, but it's like it's something for you to react to. And obviously, people love having an opinion. People love having an opinion, right? And obviously, Caden, you and I have had a lot of private conversations where I'm like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm even asking you questions, right? Because I'm trying to get your perspective. You're a little bit younger than I am, so you might even have, generationally a different perspective on certain topics, right? But for the most part, I wouldn't say we're on the exact same wavelength, but we ask a lot of the similar questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and I think that's one of the biggest problems now is like through social media, it's like bad to ask questions. You'll get flamed for asking certain questions, which just doesn't make sense to me. Like I was raised to question everything,
What year were you born?
97.
You're technically Gen Z.
No, I think there's a cutoff.
No. Gen Z includes anyone born between 97 and 2012.
Oh, okay. I am Gen Z, not millennial, right? Millennial's the one before that, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so yeah, I am Gen Z.
Okay.
I'm maximum
Gen
Z.
Technically, we're part of the same generation.
Hey, what's up, dude? Damn, Brando's a millennial, dude. You hear a lot about that shit on TikTok. It's like millennial rage.
Older millennial.
Like, and I mean, fuck, dude. Like, every time I turn on my phone, there's some kind of like bullshit going on, where it's like, whether it be First Amendment auditors or some country's bullshit, and I'm just like, oh my god, bro. I just want to live in like the Himalayas but the Himalayas that have internet, where I can just like, go chop my wood, raise my animals, slaughter my animals, cook the meat, and when I'm back and when it's time to go to bed at 8 o'clock, I'm jumping on my PC for an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. That's all I fucking want. The Amish have it right, bro, except they just can't use PCs. If I could be in the Amish and use my PC, I'd be fine. I'd be fine.
Can you imagine just an Amish person just doing the work and then getting back home and hopping on Modern Warfare?
Hey, what's up, boys? Putting the headset on?
Dude.
I mean, fuck, dude. Like, if you were Amish, Caden, you would be the guy who churns the butter. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be that guy for sure.
That's Micah, bro. Micah does that subconsciously.
Fuck, dude. It's muscle memory. But man, real quick, Caden, before we start to like close it out, how has the balance been for you, brother? You're kind of fitting into a new job. A lot of people can relate to this, to where you kind of made that risk of going from Chipotle to more of a corporate job that is better for you.
Mm-hmm.
How was that mentally for you? Like, how are you feeling, especially now that you've kind of been there for like, what is it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I started technically this is my third week.
Oh, third week, okay.
But I mean, it's been good so far. I'm not to the point where it's like where I'm like like stringing myself too short. Is that the right phrase? I'm not. I'm not like. I'm not at that point. I have sacrificed things like sleep because I still just can't for the life of me go to bed at like 9:30, 10. So I've definitely sacrificed sleep, and I obviously have less time to do certain things. So I wouldn't say I have the balance down yet because my commitment is obviously to the biggest thing in my life right now, to the job. Um, just slowly trying to piece together whatever time I have. It's like maybe I'll get an hour to do video games one day, get an hour to do homework another day. Just I'm going with the flow. Right?
Yeah.
I can't with something this big and something that's such a drastic something that's such a big change
Jurassic Park.
for me. Jurassic Park. um, something that's such a big change for me is something that I can't make a schedule out of. So I'm just trying to take every day as it goes, being grateful for the time that I have. That's always a thing I've tried to incorporate, like with like my college life and work life, just being grateful for the time I have. Even with like my relationship, like if I can see my girlfriend for 2 hours, like I'll take that time. Like, I'll take it as it comes, right? I'm just not giving myself that false expectation, but I'm trying to get that balance. I'm
Hell
trying.
yeah.
I'm slowly learning it.
Absolutely, and especially because the thing is, one thing that I mean, I'm not saying you would ever face it, but what some people do face is, if they don't find that balance, they run into burnout, right?
Right.
And burnout is
I
a
mean,
legitimate
that's
thing.
happened to me before. Like, it is a
let's
real
talk
thing.
about it. When and how did you feel burnout?
I mean, it's kind of like how we've touched about on that other episode with like getting in those depressive states where it's like once I get burnt out, it's like there's been times where I've stopped doing anything I enjoy. Like where it's just like, let me just rot like in bed, right?
Yeah.
It is because it's like I'm not giving myself enough time because I'm always doing things for I'm doing things for myself, like doing my career, doing my work, but it's not for my my personal pleasure, right? Um, but fuck, I mean, leading up to that, it's just working too hard where I've gotten to that point where it's like I can't even enjoy the little time that I have because I've built up that stress of, oh, in my 2 hours of free time, I don't have free time. I'm stressed about this. I'm stressed about that.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, Ken,
it's kind of just how it
we know
works.
people that, no joke, work so goddamn hard
Yeah.
that legitimately, when they're tired, they don't do anything that is they do tired things,
Right.
And that's like one thing, especially where it's like one thing that I noticed about like working out and being more active is my energy reserve is so much higher when it comes to my daily activities, right?
Yeah.
That's not only like, are you training for your stamina, you're training for your energy charge, if that makes sense. If
Mm-hmm.
you're 100% when you're in your kind of like, I wouldn't say like shit era, but you're kind of like depressive episode, right? If you're here, right, this is your 100%. When you keep working out, your 100% just keeps getting increased and increased and increased and increased to where eventually,
It's weird how that works.
yeah, it's a legitimate thing.
It's real.
Yes, people who work out and are active, not only do they feel like they have more energy whenever they're not working out, they get better sleep because they're using all of their energy, right? There are some people that probably
Yes.
like go to sleep like with still energy in the tank.
Yeah.
And sadly that's low-key probably me with like my ADHD or whatever the fuck, but
Brain's still going.
dude, bro, there's sometimes where it's so bad, bro. Like I'm an insomniac, like legitimately, to where like I'll be like sitting in bed and I'll just like look at the ceiling and I'm just like, man, what is life, bro? But what I found out, what works better than melatonin, watching my girlfriend play Animal Crossing, that is like, whew, that is
Boring.
yeah, that should put me to sleep real fucking quick, bro. She's like, oh, look at my eye. Like, and I'm out.
Dude, another weird random topic that I just feel like bringing up before we like wrap up. I saw a very, very cool theory about how our universe, our existence, everything is that we're just inside of a black hole.
You know, I've heard the black hole theory. I've actually heard of this a couple times for sure. I think that
I thought about it and I was like, low key, like it makes a little bit of sense.
I mean, no one can say that we're not.
It's impossible to prove.
It's impossible to prove, right? Like we could legitimately be like sometimes I think of like when it comes to that. I don't know if you ever seen the ending to I think it was maybe Men in Black 2 where the cat's collar is like the key to the universe or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then it like zooms out of the universe and then like zooms out even further and even further and even further to where it's like the Milky Way is like a marble that these amoeba gods are playing marbles with. You know, like we don't even know what is so far out there that we can even like we can't even comprehend. And obviously, I'm getting my tinfoil hat on because I love talking about this shit. But it's like,
I'll get it too.
like shit, dude. Like what even like if we really are the only living beings, that is such a waste of space. Is that not? If it's infinite space and we are the only beings that can host life.
Oh no, space is finite. There's no infinite space. Our perception of space is very.
Are humans meant to be the colonizers? Like, oh, we're the patient zero. Let's start taking over every planet, and that's where all the aliens come from. You know, we adapt and we become.
Another note I saw something where it was like, we are actually the anomaly when it comes to like Earth and like species on Earth.
Oh yeah,
we're the anomaly.
100%.
I was just reading about that.
I mean, there's a huge gap in genetic code. There's a huge gap in genetic code, right? Where it's like,
where you've been programmed. Computer, you've been programmed.
That. Yeah, computer.
You know that guy?
Make this guy into a normal guy, not a caveman anymore. I feel like that's possibly what could have happened, or like or it makes me question like what is like the simulation, because this world is just so interesting that they just can't like the all-seeing gods that are watching this simulation go down. It's so interesting.
The cutscene.
Exactly. They cannot terminate the simulation because it is so interesting. There's so much bullshit that's going on in life where it's like if you were to watch the Earth like a TV and flip through the channels of every country and every part of land, you would never get bored. You would never get bored. Because there's everything, bro. You can watch literally anything. You could watch ballet to beheadings. There is like a mass variety in between that these gods would be able to just watch. That, you know, Earth is just so entertaining.
Fair.
You know? I mean, shit, look, we do the same thing like on our phones. We're just not gods.
Whoa. Maybe in your life you're not a god, but...
Computer, make me a god with superpowers. Right? But, Caden, I fucking love you, bro. I miss Brando. Everybody who's gonna be like, "Oh my God, where's Brando?" Brando, he had to he had to handle some stuff. So I want to tell him that, dude, don't even worry, because I'm not like super strict on this podcast. I'm not like, where the fuck are you guys at? If we don't start at 5:30, like, what are we doing this for? Like, I'm not like that, right? But obviously, you know, I feel like we could all be like this, where if one of us is like, hey man, like I'm just not feeling it today, dude. Like I don't feel very good. Like my mental battery is drained. Like, dude, there's a reason why we have 7 days in the week. We'll reschedule it. Right? And, you know, Brando hit us with one of those where he's like, you know, I just don't feel good. And I was like, dude, take the night off. Enjoy it. Go be with your wife.
Good.
You know? And any of us would do that. Any of us would do that for each other easily. You know, it's all about like taking care of yourself, right? And we love Brando very much. We want to make sure he's okay, right? So, but
we love you, Brando.
Yeah, we love you, Brando. But Caden, you want to do the nice little ad read before we start closing it out?
All right, gonna give a special shout out to our sponsors. First off, we got Welts Clothing, Scott Stewart, all the boys up in the Midwest. Don't forget to use code FTS for 10% off your next purchase. Get yourself some dope merch. Next up, we got Hormesis. I'm always rocking the cool headband, little nunchucks on the side. Or actually,
Yeah.
not on that side. It's on this side somewhere.
Something
But
custom.
go get yourself something cool from Hormesis. And last but not least, Capital Edge Paintball Park. Sepple's coming up soon. Like to see you guys out there. Like to see everyone practicing, grinding hard with the big intensity. So yeah, that's my ad read.
Hell yeah, that was a great one, dude. Short, sweet, clean. I like it, bro. I like it. You know, and
Better than last time.
I'm gonna throw this one at you. So who is your do you have a code word of the week?
My
If
code word of
it's
the week
not
is
you can't
intensity.
use discipline. Okay, I like that. Intensity.
Yeah.
I like that. Because discipline, I feel like we've no joke probably used that maybe even twice.
Dude, you always gotta just come up with it on the spot. Like however the podcast starts going, you just take it.
That's how. Well, I used to try to like do the ultimate ballsy version, write it down before
write
we
it
even
down.
before we even recorded. We'll just try to work that word in somehow. And sometimes I'd be like, "Oh yeah, dude, discipline." I look back, guinea pig. What the fuck? What, like you know, just a random word that I found. But dude, great ad read. And you know, Caden, I like episodes like this where you and I can kind of talk because you and I have gone through so much shit together where it's like it's not hard to talk about like, you know, our experiences, right? I feel like our level of trust is very high to where, you know, like I mean, I tell you about my personal life all the time.
It's funny too because like obviously like different friends, you have different things you talk about, and because we've gone through so many different things, it's like we could talk about our lives in that sense.
Yeah, we can talk about literally anything.
Whereas like somebody like Logan, like him and I are gonna shoot the shit about video games and like
yeah.
fucking I don't even know what, but
miss that kid, dude. I wish he would fucking come out of his house and come hang out with us. But you know, dude, we gotta actually plan something, dude. Like when's like a new holiday?
Like sleepover.
Yeah, we gotta do like some kind of cool holiday. Oh wait, shit! The 4th of July is coming up. Are you coming?
I don't know yet.
Fuck you, bro.
I might be in Vegas for my sister's birthday. I don't know.
Wow. On the 4th of July.
Her birthday's the 5th.
Then fly out the 5th.
Oh yeah, it's in the air. It's in the air.
Bro, leave your car at my house. I'll take you to the airport. You'll be fine. But okay. Cool guy of the week. Let me think. I gotta think. Let me look at my most recent fucking TikToks. I could probably find someone.
That one I was not prepared for.
I know. That's why I was like, oh shit, maybe I have to prepare myself, dude. Honestly, bro, cool guy of the week is our guest, Phil Shredder. I think that it's really interesting, his whole story about how he's like, I felt like I retired too early. That is a very interesting story that when we have him back on for a part 2, I really want to pick his brain about that. Because, I mean, there are probably tons of people that feel that exact same way. Where they're like, man, like, I did not reach my full potential. I did not push it as hard as I could have pushed it.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously.
Right? So we're definitely going to get him back on in the future because he's a great person. And that was no joke, my very first time talking to him. Right? Just like you, Caden. That was your also very first time talking to him.
Oh yeah.
And I just love what this podcast does.
I want to pick that brain.
Exactly, right? It's crazy what this podcast has done for us where it comes to like our social skills. It's being able to meet someone for the first time and just kind of like see what's going on, right? Establish the connection with them, find common ground, make a joke, and then talk about it. You know?
Push the boundary a little bit, see how far of a joke you can make.
Right? His low-key underrated joke of his poker face after the whole anime roast. He's like, yeah, fuck anime. I hate when people talk. I was like, damn, he got me good. You know? You got me so good. Because I thought he hated anime. Yeah. I was like, damn.
I got it.
You know? But anyway, guys, if you made it this far, make sure to go like, subscribe, ring those bells, follow us on Patreon. I keep forgetting to do that plug and all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram, FTS_pod. Go follow Caden on Instagram. It's like C_Spence.
C_Spence_29.
Yeah, something like that, right? And go follow Brando also on Instagram. Keep up with the boys. And that's one thing that I gotta get on your guys' ass about, posting just random ass shit of your thoughts. Even though I'm just fucking, I'm like, I'm trying to look away from my phone, but I gotta get better at it myself. Fuck. Anyway, if you guys made it this
The two
far,
sides.
we love you guys. Have a great time. We will see you guys next week. Bye.